Alright, so we woke up after going to sleep after the battle with the Earth Elemental. And, eh, um... oh yeah, Kinsey started cooking breakfast, and then everybody woke up, yeah. And then... and then, Alexander Beck came over and started talking to us a little bit, and he gave us a route to get to Whitebridge, and then we decided to go to Whitebridge. I don't think anything else important happened at that point. And then we started going, and there was, the sky was stormy, and it was coming from Whitebridge, but nothing crazy was really happening. It was just rainy. And it rained, and then it stopped raining, and then Flake sung a song, and then they kept going, and then they got there. What happened after that? Oh yeah, and we saw the town, and it was like, there was the outside part, and then there was the big wall, and on the outside, there were only a bunch of, like, non-human races, and that was sad, and then we went inside, and it was a bunch of, like, human-esque races, and then we went to the Blue Kobold, and then, and we got some food, and did we see anything else when we were going? I don't think we did. I just watched the VOD. It's fine. And then we, what happened after that? Oh yeah, we were in there, we got some food, Kinsey and Seal both got sardines, they fished that guy with the cool armor, and then Flake talked about the Fishspiracy, and he also talked about the weird happenings. Just wanted to bring that up. And then what happened after that? We just kind of chilled out there for a while, and then the guy started... and the guy started going up the stairs, the armor guy started going up the stairs, and then everybody saw that there was the fish in the armor, and Flake was, like, freaking out. But then, you know, we just kind of calmed down again, but then the fish came down the stairs, and the barkeep came over, and
this is like, incredibly thorough.
Yeah. And then...
It's like we're watching it all over again.
Well, that's just how I do it. It's hard to skip things. Besides, the Fishspiracy was very important.
It was very important.
Exactly! So, what the fuck? Oh yeah, so then the barkeep came over, and then he was like, you're the only one who bought a sardine! And then Xerxes had figured it out and decided to be like, no, it's fine. An animal stole it, and then they got away with it. And then, what happened after that? I think we went to the guard place. No, wait, no. We were about to go to the guard place, and then Kinsey fished the barkeep with an expertly flipped fish into the pocket. It was beautiful. And so, that caused a bit of a commotion. He realized apparently his sister is out to get him. We should ask him about that.
Why do we have to be in his business?
So then what happened? Oh yeah, so then we went to the guard's place, and we talked to the receptionist guy for a minute, and then he told us to go talk to Indra, so then we went to go talk to Indra, and, what happened after that? Oh yeah, she was like, I gotta go make a phone call, and then we were, like, outside the door, and then Kinsey listened in, and then she brought up that she's gonna have somebody from the Animora come over here, right, on the phone, and Kinsey was apparently very upset about that, but we didn't know quite yet. So then she finished the phone call, and then she came out, and she was like, you guys need to, well, not at that point, well, anyway, and then she was like, you guys... Thank you, Seraph. You're the only person who matters. Anyway, so, what the fuck was I saying? Hold on, I'll remember.
What were we talking about not knowing?
It doesn't matter. It came out the room, yeah, and then told us that we needed to stay because somebody was going to come and interview us. And Kinsey was sort of like, oh, I don't know about all that. And he was getting real sweaty and pale. But we didn't really know what was going on exactly. At least Flake didn't know what was going on. And then, She was just like, well, you know, as long as somebody stays here and comes back. And then Xerxes was like, oh, well, this is putting a real dent in our plans. Why don't you give us somewhere to stay? And then we got to stay at the Blue Kobold for free. And I was gonna compliment Xerxes on that, but I never got the chance. And then what else happened? Oh yeah, and then we went back home. Well, home. We went back to the tavern. And we were chilling out, and then, Kinsey and Seal went to a shop. They went to the Clever Bridge Mismatch. Give me an extra point for remembering that's what it was called.
Still just a D6.
No, not like on my grade. I'm not
Okay.
talking about the dice. I'm just talking about my grade.
Alright.
A+, baby. So what happened after that? Oh yeah, so they went there, and Kinsey spent 100 gold pieces on paper and ink, and the girl was cool, and she was also an ASMR, apparently. And then they came back, and I don't feel like anybody else did anything important. Yeah, whatever, unless I'm forgetting. So then, everybody except for Kinsey decided, okay, it's been time now. Oh yeah, Kinsey started writing that spell. Yeah, Kinsey started writing that spell. And then, we all were like, okay, well, it's been enough time now, we're gonna go back to the guard place, except for Kinsey. And then we did. And then, that's when it started getting good, you see. And, there was this big crowd, and we couldn't tell who was in there, except for Flake knew, kind of. And, they were about to start, like, pushing through the crowd, and then Xerxes was just like, fuck this, and pulled out, something or other to make her voice boom, and she was like, get the fuck out of the way! And then they kind of just stopped moving, and Droma started running away, and he was like, thanks! And then he went.
That is how drama sounds.
Yeah, that's exactly how he sounds. And so then, we all started running towards the same place, except he went really fast, because he was all cool and doing crystal stairs, and then he started flying.
Is Parker already recording?
Yeah.
Sure.
So... I just thought you were gonna say meth. So then we showed up to the guard place, and Indra was like, okay, we're going to the interview area or whatever, and then they did, and so then Droma was in there, crazy stuff, right? And they all sat down, and then everyone made the horrible mistake of letting Flake do the talking, and Flake started talking about what happened at the hole, and that was pretty normal, and Kinsey gave Droma the dirt, or not Kinsey, sorry, Xerxes gave Droma the dirt, and fucking... And, what else happened there? Yeah, and then Droma started talking a little bit about, like, oh, well, this could be from the plains or whatever, and Flake was so impressed at the idea that he was getting told information that he decided to start saying everything that ever happened, ever. And he started talking about the cave and the books, and then he said Kinsey, which was the best thing ever. And Droma was like, Kinsey? Uh-huh. And then Flake was like, what are you talking about? What's up with Kinsey, huh? That's not a very common name. And, yeah, long story short, goofed it. And then, everybody just kind of, like, rushed out after that. Xerxes was like, yeah, thank you, we told you everything now. And then, they left. And everybody was kind of freaking out a little bit, and then... They walked for a little bit, and then Wes did Detect Magic, and there was Abjuration Magic, and, man, I should not be the guy who does these recaps anymore. I take too long.
Yeah,
No, I like it.
This is nothing against you. I think I'm gonna cut the 10+ minute recap
I'm sorry.
in the bot.
I like the recap.
I didn't even watch the VOD.
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
You were watching Penis
Well, I
and Weenus.
did.
Well, anyway.
I did.
I want to
cut
go
it.
on.
So then there was abjuration magic, and then they went to a different tavern to kind of chill out, and everybody was like running through their mind palaces thinking of what they were gonna do, but then Seal just was like, fuck this, and went back to the regular tavern, and so then we followed him, and then he got there. Oh wait, oh yeah, but in between the times, right? In between the times, Droma shows up where Kinsey is, you know, at the place, and he knocks, and then they start talking, and I'm really bad at remembering exactly what they talked about. They just kind of
You
were like,
don't have to. It's okay. We can move on.
no, but it's important. It's like,
No, we can. If it matters, we can watch the VOD.
no, you stop oppressing me, all right?
Recaps aren't every single thing that happened. Okay.
But this is like
It
the
was a-
one important thing.
This was the very important.
This is actually kind
Why
of
didn't you
insanely
get to
important.
it
This one
first?
thing.
Hitting my face with my book.
It's okay. It was just say it was a pleasant conversation.
Yeah,
Well, we can
and they
move on.
mentioned a few names that were crazy, and then he was like, hey, you know, make it look like I messed you up, and that was a bit of a uh-oh moment, and then Kinsey made the room look messed up. I promise they talked and it was super important. Oh yeah, he gave Kinsey the sending stone. There. That's like the best important part. Whatever. Yeah. And so what happened after that? So then Seal got there, and he was like, yo, you know, what's going on here? And Kinsey was like just trying to not tell the truth for like a billion years. And they were talking to each other, you know, and then Xerxes showed up, and Xerxes started being a little bit more heavily interrogating about the whole thing, and they learned some stuff, and then West showed up, and they were still just kind of like talking about everything that happened. It was like 90% Kinsey just trying to not talk about it, to be honest. And then Flake showed up, but he was listening in on the door because he's a bad person. And then once Xerxes had her fill of whatever was going on there, she opened the door, and then everybody saw Flake, and then Kinsey got mad at him, and then he went to bed, and then everybody else just kind of went to bed.
You've missed something.
What did I miss? Well, I mean, the jar. I'm gonna get
Xerxes
to that.
broke the
yeah,
jar.
yeah. I'm getting
Okay.
to that. I'm getting to it.
There.
Yeah.
What else is there to say?
That was the last thing. It was.
I know, but I was just like, everybody went to bed, and then I was gonna say,
Okay.
except Xerxes, who went and did the identify on the jar, and then, you know, the jar, or the shits from the plane or whatever, but the jar has that spell, the divination tracking spell, and Xerxes kind of sat there and thought about it for a minute and was like, alright, well, I don't want to be involved in whatever bullshit is happening here, and took another sample, splitting atoms from the dirt that was
It's not
left,
that small of dirt.
and took another sample from the, like, third level of sampling, and, went and smashed the jar. And that was the end.
Awesome.
The
And
jar was an
then-
ink jar. It was, like, not that big of a
Large
jar.
ink jar.
It
Jeremy,
was a
do you know
big
how big an
ink
ink
jar.
jar is?
Well, how big of an
Are we
ink
not
jar
gonna
was
Are we
it?
not going to mention the little star crystals at the end?
Oh yeah, there
That
was
was
also
just
the
Droma
little
being
star
gay.
crystal.
Who
Yeah, that was
cares?
Droma just being a faggot. Whatever.
Drama's like, one thing about me is that I am bisexual.
Whoa, he's bisexual? I didn't know that.
We literally...
No, the
Oh, wait, I don't
reference
think
from
we're
the
there for
fucking
that. It was a
real-time
very
fans.
small
Sorry.
conversation, I think.
Oh.
So, guys.
Whoa, he's my.
I didn't know that.
What?
The bot got so sick of the recap.
You guess what? You guys have the recap in at least audio form because I'm also recording audio. So Parker can cut
Sucks
whatever
for
he
you.
fucking feels like. He can circumcise my damn recap if he wants.
Okay,
Alright.
never say that again, please.
Hi, guys.
Hi, DM.
Hi, Josh. I'm gonna mute now.
You know, you all might not have the most peaceful nights, but it's a night, And there's not really any nightmares or anything else interrupting the long rest you find yourselves with. The sun rises slowly this morning. Bright golden rays coming through each of your windows and a cool air filling each of your rooms. Kinsey, as you wake up and you open your eyes, there's a piece of paper on your face that you pick up and turn around, and it reads, "I'm so sorry, I've made a grave mistake." And you look around the room and are greeted by a strange but welcome sight. The room you tore apart as per Droma's request has been completely fixed up. As if nothing bad happened in the first place. Which, is a bit strange. Probably would have heard something in the middle of the night. But it's fixed. It's a cool morning. Those who wake up early slowly make your way out of bed. What's everyone doing?
Kinsey is contemplating every regret he's ever had.
Okay.
He's like, I should have just told Flake, or I should have just told everyone not to mention my name. I should have not just guessed that they wouldn't do that.
Thoughts that will you'll be reminded of all day. Especially with the new heavy stones in your pocket. Everyone else? Early birds?
Xerxes is feeling very restless. It has been how many days now since she's gotten the chance to get anything done? She's been very unproductive. It is time to be productive today.
Okay.
Wes gets up really early, regular time for him, and he leaves the room and goes and sits outside Kinsey and Seal's room on the floor.
Awesome.
Just
Is he
waiting.
in the way of the door, or to the side of it?
No, he's
Okay.
to the side. He's to the
Alright.
side where if you open, you'll see him, not the other way. So,
Kids, do you leave your room?
Not yet. No, I was
Okay.
just wondering.
Well, time passes. The people that are a bit slower to wake, Seal, you start to smell food from downstairs. A wafting scent that hits all of you awake right now. A very pleasant breakfast from a very pleasant inn. Bacon, smell some sort of peppers too. Nice things. And everyone starts to wake up. And eventually, I assume you guys start to head out of your rooms.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, Xerxes wakes up early, gets mad at herself for not doing anything, makes a list of things she needs to do, and it's like, okay, breakfast time.
Flake, is very, he just kind of, he gets up, right, and West isn't in the room, and he's like, of course West isn't in the room. And he...
I think...
and he, opens the door to his room, and he just sees West out there, and he's like, oh, well, at least he's here.
he's like, "Good morning, Flick."
Good morning, West. And he doesn't wait for anybody, he just starts going downstairs for food.
Wes tips his hat to you.
Oh, how early does West wake up?
5 a.m. or earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're
Xerxes
usually
is
around like
Xerxes gets out of her room to like go to breakfast and is like, "What the fuck are you doing sitting on the floor? You're like almost blocking the entire hallway."
I am waiting for the kids.
Oh.
He
Okay.
like tucks his legs in so you can go past.
Mhm.
Oh.
Xerxes is like, oh, is very careful not to trip over his heel. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Over the next few hours, West, you do see like a few like other people that are staying in the inn, like, hi. I'm trying to like shuffle back. Um,
Before like Kinsey and Seal like go out to breakfast, like Seal says to Kinsey, like I'm sorry if we like stressed you out last night or like cornered you or anything. It's you know.
No, I understand. It's a little. You were surprised.
Mhm. Do you want to get breakfast?
Yeah. You hungry? I assume so. Never mind. And opens the door and sees Wes there.
Wes like turns and he's like, "Good morning.
Good.
You two
Well,
want to get breakfast now? Yes."
yeah. Were
He
you
like
sitting? Were you waiting
I-
for us?
yes, and then he like shambles up and like braces against the wall to get up. Like he's taking up the full hallway.
How long have you been waiting there?
Why did you
What
wait?
time is it?
what time would Seal wake up? I
Uh,
guess breakfast would really start like 8 a.m.
okay.
3 hours.
3 hours.
Okay.
Why
He's used to
did-
sitting around doing nothing. It wasn't very long.
Yeah, so you guys head downstairs. Your meals are supplied for free by Indra.
Oh,
You see the human blonde man look to you all. Yeah, I don't know how you managed it, but here you go.
Mm.
And it's just like basic like bacon and eggs and drinks of your choice.
hmm
Can Wes
the
have a
eggs,
salad and eggs?
he can make it work.
Pork.
Yeah.
Seal also wants to get like a fruit salad.
A fruit platter for the table.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fruit batter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that.
Wes like is tapping his hands on the table. Wes loves fruit salad.
If
He
he's
loves
not
fruit
going to eat the meat, then I will, I guess.
You guys all get your meals in a large like fruit salad like bowl in the middle of the table.
hmm
And you eat, and it is good food. It is very good food. You don't see like any other like any cooks in the back. It's looks like it's all done by the same guy.
Well,
But he kind of like just stands up at the bar, kind of like cleaning things off, getting ready for the day. You have a very pleasant meal.
Mhm.
You guys could talk during it, or we could just move on. Work?
We could talk.
Yeah, Flake is like, if a man could be eating a meal in the most miserable way possible. You're not sure. Maybe there's like a tear falling into his eggs. You're not sure.
You know, I'm not usually a breakfast person, but like, this is surprisingly nice.
It's like really good
Kinsey is
breakfast.
just like
Seal isn't even looking at Flake.
Kinsey is like picking at his food a little bit. He is eating it, but kind of just slow. Looking at everyone around the table.
Kinsey want my
seems
bacon?
so cheerful. I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Gives it to Xerxes.
Thank you so much, West. Gladly takes it.
And you guys, the semi-awkward breakfast.
West eats with his hands, just so everybody knows. So he's grabbing like not like fistfuls. He's not like, but he's like delicately taking stuff and putting it in his mouth and just sitting there and watching everybody else eat.
Kinsey, he's like trying to be quiet enough that no one around at other tables. I imagine they have like a kind of secluded table. It's off in a corner somewhere.
You could do that.
He's
For sure.
like, so just to make sure everyone's on the same page, because I don't know how long Flake was standing outside my door like a little creep.
He
You
doesn't
all
say
know.
anything, doesn't even react.
Xerxes forces back a laugh.
Just want everyone on the same page. I am a former Anamora apprentice. Refrain from giving my name to any Anamora members you may stumble into in the future. And we should be fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't plan on talking about you, so no
Fantastic.
problem.
Should we have different name for you? Precaution.
Kinsey, like, blinks, looks up, gives it a minute of thought. I mean, you can still just call me Kinsey, but if you need to, like, talk
What?
about me to anyone else,
Kissy.
you could call me Richard.
Wait.
Did you just call him Kissy?
Kissy.
What?
I
Kissy.
feel like that's not very different from Kinsey, West.
Kissy.
Okay.
I think
Yep.
we can stick with Richard. Maybe I feel like Kissy is like, yeah. What'd you just say? Yeah, Kissy. You know?
Yes.
I love firbolgs. What the
Kinsey's eyes go a little wide and he looks at Xerxes.
Xerxes does not give any look back, just like eating her
Having a
breakfast.
racially charged breakfast.
Yeah, Flake is literally like all of the misery that he was just feeling just fucking washed away after hearing Xerxes say, "I love Fearbolgs" like that. Like, yeah, okay.
Wes definitely took that as like not Fearbolgs, but like just the like him. He was just like, oh,
Yeah, he
I
would
love
take
my
it that way,
Fearbolg
wouldn't he?
he was confused. It's a little weird way to say it, but he's just like, yeah, okay,
I mean, I'm not that good at common. Maybe it was a normal way to phrase that.
exactly.
You guys eat. Yeah, it doesn't take long. There's enough food. And you do see a little bit into your meal, the same armored man make his way down the stairs and get a breakfast as well. For those curious, because I know this was an interest, you guys see a board in the tavern.
Oh baby.
It's kind of small. You guys have seen like contract boards before in towns. You've taken one, but there's like only like 3 things on here for anyone who wants to check it out.
Kinsey will take a little look.
Yeah, Wes
Alright.
doesn't know what that is, so he's going up to do it.
That's not really a part of
Flake-
Xerxes' plan for the day.
Flake follows because, like, you know, last time it went pretty well.
All right, 1 second. Just copy and pasting some things. So you guys see in front of you 3 contracts, labeled in different ways. You see one labeled the Griffin, that describes that the guard captain Indra Voltavo has been having trouble with a griffin that finds itself nested on a hill nearby. There is no preference for how it's gotten rid of. She just wants it gone and is willing to pay 400 gold for whoever gets rid of it. I will be pasting these. The next one that you see is called The Stolen Sword. Garrett, owner of the Hazel Smithery, has had a family heirloom stolen from him, and he wants it back desperately. He's willing to pay 100 gold to whoever can get it back for him, and you can talk to him for leads. And lastly, there is a contract that says escort to Aubervale. Alexis, a 17-year-old woman, needs escort to Aubervale, a path that has been raked with bandits over the last couple years. She offers 500 gold to whoever can get her there safely.
That's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, Flake sees that and he's like, "Whoa!"
This heirloom is pretty fucking boring.
It's rude.
I mean, it's just bandits. We should do that. We should escort this girl.
What about the
Is
griffin?
Aubervale one of the towns that? Which towns did the fucking what word am I looking for?
What word are you looking for?
I'm
Aphid,
trying
the
to
lead
look at
on
the
Aphid.
map right now. Yeah.
Ah,
It's
classic.
north of Whitebridge, like almost directly north, like a little.
I don't think it's one of the towns. I think... Is it? Wait. I think it was New Haven, Milite, and Whitebridge.
Yeah.
Let me check. I
Well,
have
I
it
mean, we
written
could still
down.
get to Milite from there. It's not.
Yeah, we could definitely go
Um,
on the way, but
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, those are the 3 contracts.
What does this mean?
It means
He looks at it.
it means if we do the stuff they're asking, we get this amount of money for doing it.
Oh.
I feel like fighting a griffin would be pretty cool.
I feel like that is incredibly dangerous for 100 gold less than just taking a girl somewhere.
Well, I want personally.
We get to fight a griffin.
Shop today, so I don't mind stopping by these. What is this?
the
Hazel
blacksmith.
Smithery.
I was also gonna say we could stop by and ask for leads, see if they're of any substance.
Makes sense to me.
I assume that Wes knows what a griffin is.
Probably, yeah. You've probably, even if you haven't seen one before, you've definitely heard of them.
Yeah, and yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe we could do all 3 of them.
That is a lot of goddamn work, and I also had stuff I want to do today.
Well, what do you want to do today?
Well, I was hoping to go to the library, and also I needed to go shopping.
For what?
Well, the library, I mean, considering I just made an enormous blunder due to lack of knowledge on the Animora, I think I would like to know more about that. And shopping is just, haven't been shopping in a while, you know?
Sure, yeah, we could go shopping. I don't see why not.
Okay.
You guys, keep in mind all the contracts. There doesn't seem to be many on the board. So you kind of like, unless you do take them with you. You can, whatever you want.
Wes takes all
We could
the
just put them back. Right?
Okay, Wes,
Well, Wes takes them.
hold on.
Hmm?
Other people, you know,
We can put them back. We can put them back later.
No, but wait, that's actually genius because if someone else takes them first, they might get paid before we do, and then the money would be null. So I think we should take them
get
with
the
us.
money.
that
have
is
direction.
mean,
So
but I understand the profitable aspect of doing so, so I guess.
we can bring them back later.
Yeah, if we decide not to do any of them for whatever reason, we can
Yeah,
put
we
them
can
back
put
up.
them back.
Going to be a real bummer for whoever put up those flyers if the Grievum kills us then.
Okay, we go shopping now.
How about we
I'm
don't get
pretty
killed by the
heavily
griffin?
against doing that damn griffin. Just so everybody knows, I would rather
I
not.
think we should do it. We should do it.
Maybe I become friends with Griffin.
I mean, it does say that she doesn't care how it's gotten rid of. I mean, if Wes can just convince it to leave.
Yeah.
I
And if it doesn't
personally
go
want to
well.
become friends with some new items that I can perhaps purchase in a store, so...
So true. Why don't we go do that?
All right. You guys head out. You know that the main district where you would buy things would be over towards the Verdant Center. So I'll just move all your tokens over. So yeah, you guys are on the lookout. What specifically are you on the lookout for, everybody? What's up first? Are you splitting up? Or are you going together?
I think we're gonna stay together,
Yeah, I thought
probably.
we were
Yeah.
staying together.
Just like hit everywhere that everyone wants to go.
Okay.
So where are we going?
Yeah, we're first.
Kinsey is kind of just browsing on the lookout for gifts for his friends.
Xerxes
Okay.
is looking specifically like one for the blacksmith just because like she needs like more metal. All the stuff she does with metal, she needs more metal. And maybe there's like who knows any manner of things she can buy at a blacksmith.
For sure.
Yeah.
West is looking around for anything naturey or animally. Just wants to look.
Okay. Anybody else want to say something real quick? Or are we good to go?
I mean, you know, Flake is like just kind of also like, you know, looking around. Like if he sees like a general store, he'd be interested in that.
Yeah. Kinsey, you would know that there is a nice trinket shop
Ooh.
nearby that you have been to, the Clever Bridge
Yes.
Mismatch.
Absolutely. He would love to come by when they're not literally closing.
So do you guys go there first?
I think so.
Yeah.
Sure.
No one else objects.
All right. You guys head over to the Clever Bridge Mismatch, which has a little sign and these glass windows with an open sign. Looking in, it's pretty obvious to see. It is a mismatch. There's nothing that really makes sense to be around. It's just there. But as you guys slowly enter, you hear a bell jingle above your head, and in front of you is the same stark white-haired, golden-eyed, assumed to be Azamar, standing at the desk. She has fair skin still, a light scar on her arm. Looks mid-30s. And she kind of looks out to all of you. You're back.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Do we get to know your name now?
Oh, yes, sorry. I thought it was kind of a joke, and then you guys just left. It is Raja.
Y'all
I
know
didn't
her?
realize it was a joke. I'm sorry. Oh, yes, this is where I got the papers to. Oh, you don't know about. Never mind.
What are you all on the lookout for? I have many a thing here.
I'm just looking for gifts from my friends.
Whoa.
Is there anything particular your friends might like? I have a lot of strange things here.
They've all got really different tastes.
We can just look at
Yeah,
strange
I was
little
thinking of
things.
just looking around.
Alright. Yeah. Because I think this is fun. Can everyone roll me a D100?
Oh,
Sure.
baby.
Okay.
Woo,
89.
60, exactly.
40.
Okay.
I got the highest one.
Seal wins.
The first thing you guys find is this like little vial of weird like sloshing liquid, and it has like written on a little label on it, dragon blood.
Does this look like dragon blood?
Roll me a nature check.
Can I also roll one?
Yeah,
Can I roll one?
Oh.
sure. Anyone who wants to.
Yeah, why not?
We fought dragons like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, you still rolled a 9.
Nature
I
check.
forgot about him.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is nature? There it is.
Whatever, their blood isn't my
I mean-
business.
This looks pretty close to Kinsey. Seriously, this basically looks like dragon's blood. It, if it's not, you'd be highly surprised. But it looks like dragon's blood. Oh, I got sold that a couple of years ago. I have no idea where they got it from though.
It's been sitting here for years.
Oh yeah,
That is absurd.
it's magic. It's just magic blood.
Wait, is it
doesn't,
in like a little
bad.
bottle?
Yeah, it's like a little vial.
They just spilled it on the shelf and then put like a price tag on it.
Well, I didn't know if it was in like a jar or like a vial.
Yeah, it's in a little vial.
Okay.
So, how much is it? Maybe there's a reason it's been sitting here for that long.
No one really looks at it. I'd say maybe I'd take 10 gold for it.
Hmm.
And then you guys keep looking, and Kinsey, you find a stray tarot card. One of the world.
Uh-oh.
Parker literally rolling in his grave right now, hearing that.
Like
It's
stray,
fine. It's
like
probably fine.
it's sitting on the floorboard or something.
No, it's on one of the shelves.
Okay,
They said
being sold.
Why just one? Why not the?
That was also sold to me. Apparently, it was owned by the emperor before, or at least he's a divination person before Azilksem. I don't know. It was sold to me.
Can Kinsey like look at it and see if there's like possibly any truth to that statement, or if it's just like,
Yeah, roll me an investigation check
all
as
right,
you look over it real quick. Yeah, sure. Why not? You like look around the card and you see like tinily like imprinted on the bottom right of the card, is the symbol, like the sigil of the empire.
Oh.
Could be fake though. It just
be
has
fake.
the sigil. But it's a very nice card. Either way. Probably sell that one for maybe 5 gold. Don't really have any use for it. No one buys it.
Kinsey's gonna keep it in mind, but he's gonna look at everything else first.
Okay. That'll bring us to Flake's roll. Uh,
Brother,
Oh my
what
god!
have you done to me?
turn around one of the corners of the shelves, and sitting on top of all the way on the top of one of the shelves is in a jar of water a glass eye.
His,
Oh, that's it.
his mouth is just open looking at that.
That one is very interesting. Apparently, it was owned by a noble in Milite. It's a glass eye. I don't know.
Why is it in a jar?
Well, you keep it wet to so the germs don't cover it always, and they didn't have an eye.
I see.
Yeah, Flake is not interested in that.
So how did they get it back?
Oh, I have no idea how they got it.
That's concerning.
But I don't really ask a lot of questions. Yeah.
Does it look magical at all?
Um, I'm just gonna give you. It doesn't really look that magical.
Okay.
just an eye in a jar.
Orb.
It's like a weird little eye.
Mm-hmm. Next is all right. 46. Oh no! I'm gonna choose a different one.
Wait, what was
What is it?
it?
What? That's
What was
mine.
it?
Can I know what it
Like,
was?
Yeah, it was it's a dead Sprite inside of a glass
Okay,
bottle.
never
Oh
mind.
lord.
Roll me another one.
Okay.
that doesn't
It's
seem
46 again.
fun. Really watch the dead Sprite. 30. Okay.
30.
A dead person inside of a letter.
Wes, you come across a book. Just a plain like I guess it's more of like a journal. And you look at it and you like open it up and it's totally blank. That one is weird. You can't write in it.
Flake was very excited, and then like his face just like,
What does the outside look like? Is it just like?
It's just a plain leather cover.
Hmm.
I don't know why. Whenever you attempt to write in it, the ink just falls right off, or the graphite or chalk or whatever you are looking to mark it with.
Hmm.
Can it be burned? Like, can you burn something into it?
I haven't tried. I don't want to set the book on fire.
That's fair.
What
Um,
How
about
much is it?
blood?
Haven't tried that either.
Hmm.
What did you say?
How much is it?
You know, it's like weird. It's like bad magical. So I'd maybe 5 gold pieces.
Hmm.
And then a 72. Xerxes, you come across an earring that looks like a silver teardrop. And you like look close and there's like a little like glass opening. It's really weird. There's like water in it. That one is strange. That is a it's a whole religious thing. Apparently that is a some sort of holy symbol. It has an actual tear in it. I don't know why.
I'm not all that holy, nor do I have my ears pierced. So
But yes.
can Kinsey look it over?
yeah.
Roll me a religion check, Kinsey.
Okay. Woo.
Ooh. 1 second. Yeah, you actually do recognize this. This is a sigil of Larine, who had a small presence in Ekiel. Nothing like exciting, but there was like a single temple in Kremlis. But yeah, it's a holy symbol. The main idea of these symbols is that the owner sheds a teardrop into it, and clerics of high renown often gain powers from this earring.
Which deity was that, or who was it?
Larine. Deity of water and saturation. It's interesting. It must have had some value to somebody, but now it is just an earring. So somewhere there's a silver. So if you were looking at that, it's probably 5 gold as well.
Is it like a pretty earring?
This is pretty bland.
Is it like cool?
It's cool.
It is just very nice, nicely crafted silver, very shiny still, with a little like glass, like little piece of glass in it where you can like see like water going around.
So like says to Kinsey, like, Salzir wears silver, right? Does he?
No, he wears gold.
Fuck. When were you gonna do
I mean, Fang might think it's cool.
this? Huh.
I don't. It's 5 gold
Ooh.
pieces. Yeah, I'll take it.
All right. You give her the gold.
I only have platinum right now, I think.
Oh, then
so
she'll
can I
give
get change?
You. Yeah, she can give you change.
Okay.
You know magic. You've known it since you were 4. You cast it high levels, yeah?
Yeah.
And you have platinum.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. She pockets it.
Hold on, give me
Um,
1 second to do math.
Can we look around more, or is that all our roll?
You can look around more if you'd like.
I'm
I
gonna do
would
one
love
more,
to
if
look
that's
around.
okay.
There-
more.
Yeah, do one more.
75.
All right.
I'm gonna do one more as
61.
well.
Is that just going to be the same thing that Slate got?
No, I rolled
did Slake
60.
also roll? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, there's something for every piece of the 100.
okay, it's not like the,
Yeah.
what is it, wild magic?
West, you find a tiny cage, little tiny like metal cage, and it has no door.
Huh.
I don't know what that is. It just to me, they sold it to me. I bought it. It's made of metal, so it must be something. But it has no door.
How big is like the gap of the door, like missing door?
No, it's all like cage.
Yeah.
there's
How
no-
big is?
Oh, like the gap between the bars?
No. How big is the cage? Just
Oh, the cage itself. It's like a about the size of your hand. The size of your hand specifically.
mhm. Okay. How much?
I'll take 3 gold for it.
Wes makes like this face, and he sets it back on the shelf and just walks away.
Oh, Wes, do you want that? Do you not have enough money for it?
No, it is okay.
If you want it, you can have. Like, I'll buy it for you.
He's really like.
What is it? Just a cage?
Yeah, it's like it's got no door on it. It's just a cage, right?
Yeah.
There doesn't look to be any opening at all. Like how? What,
Yeah,
what are the spaces like between the bars?
So it's just like a mesh box.
It's like less than an inch. It's almost like birdcage like, where like there's like a metal bottom, and then the
Yeah.
cage that comes down over it.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Yes.
Kinsey picks it up and takes it over and buys it.
All right, a strange metal cage.
Just 3 gold pieces, right?
Yes.
All right. He hands it over to Wes.
If somebody had the identify spell, we would be able to identify all this stuff, most likely.
Yeah, bummer that no one does though.
Yeah,
anyway.
bummer that
Right.
no one does.
There's
Bummer
three
that-
people that could possibly have it, and one of them is not me.
Kinsey can call Droma and ask him to come over.
I'll identify it later. I don't want to use my spell slots this early into the day. Can I look at the fucking dead sprite? Like, is that there?
Sure. We'll say that there is.
Oh.
There's like a dead sprite somewhere, like right in the corner. Oh, I wouldn't.
Does it look real?
Yeah.
What's the story behind this?
It's so weird. A group of adventurers came up and claimed they had it for months beforehand, and the body hasn't decayed. And so they sold it, and I was like, okay, well, let's see. And it didn't decay. And it's just a body. I don't know.
How interesting.
What
Disgusting.
if you
too.
eat it?
What if you eat it?
Don't do that, please.
Rest.
It-
What the hell?
Well, if
It,
it's
by
not
Sprite? What do you
decay,
mean by
maybe
Sprite?
the magic transfer to you and you do not decay.
It's like a little fairy.
I don't think so, West.
Ooh.
I really don't think so.
Okay.
Aren't you not
Put the
supposed to
head
eat
down.
fairies?
No.
You're not supposed to eat fairy food. Xerxes like looks at it for a while. Anyways,
Flake is
Do
Do
thoroughly
fairies count
disturbed.
as fairy food?
no.
Like you can't, you can't. I didn't think so. I was gonna say, does that actually? Wait a minute. Does that count? You can't-
All right, so Seal. You kind of like looking through the shelves. Kind of curious now with all the weird stuff in here. You see a set of bone pipes, like
What?
a set of like pipes tied together with string that are made of what you can only assume to be bone.
Like pipes, like an instrument?
Yeah,
Whoa. Oh my god, how much are these?
Oh, those, I think they'll run you about 10 gold. They're very interesting. Apparently they were made out of the bone of harpies. They play very pretty notes. I played them myself.
That's crazy. I have 10 gold. Well, I have a platinum too.
Wow, you guys have a lot of money, huh?
This is the best day of her life.
And she'll take the platinum piece.
Oh my god.
After you're done looking around, maybe I can show you the some of the more special things of my shop.
Kinsey perks up
Whoa.
at that.
Yeah, Flake is also
Yeah,
like very
like
interested in
gathering
the
around.
idea of
Wait,
the
what should I
special
write?
things.
What should I
Like-
write in my inventory?
Just
Bone pipes.
yeah, bone pipes.
Put a note that they're from Harp.
Kinsey.
What the
What
fuck
are
is
the signs?
61, dude?
I forgot I wrote this down. You find a small wooden statue of just like a face, and it is of the most ugly person you've ever seen before.
Flake actually laughs at it.
Kinsey's also laughing.
Uh,
He like laughs and he's like turning to everyone.
Whoa.
Look at this.
Like a human face.
yeah, it is a human face.
What the looker?
Um,
Chat.
Well, I look at you in chat.
oh, did you? I got sold that. I bought that for like 2 silver. They were doing a demonstration about what's his fucking name? I don't know. It noble in New Haven. Oh my god.
How much can I buy it for?
Well, you can take it for free.
Flake is
love this.
ecstatic that we just got the funniest thing he's ever seen for free.
Yeah.
You have to promise to show it around, though. I can't.
Oh yes, I will. I will. Don't worry.
And lastly, an 18.
18.
18.
Interesting.
Oh, come on, baby.
Oh, no.
Flake feels bad if he just walks around like an asshole and doesn't buy anything.
It's like you find a small egg with a bright red shell
Oh.
in a little glass container.
Oh.
What
Can I do a
kind of-
nature check?
Sure.
Can I also do a nature check?
Sure.
Extremely average. The most
Very
average, it
average.
could
Can I
possibly
also
be.
do one?
And
2
anyone who wants.
10s.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
I didn't want to do one, but fine.
Holy shit!
You said +6 to everything intelligence.
Xerxes is smart. Yeah, Xerxes, this is a rare bird egg. Specifically, this is of some form of parrot. That shouldn't be in this area.
Is this?
Egg still viable?
Yeah, I was about to say.
How long have you had this for?
Like 3 days.
30 days.
I've been trying to keep it warm. I don't know if it will. I don't know how eggs work.
West is like crowding around it, really, really interested.
Definitely
Flagon's like,
keep it warm.
back off! I found it. I want it. How much is it?
It is just an egg. If you know how to take care of it, maybe 5 gold.
Yeah. I mean, the worst that can happen is it doesn't hatch, and I mean, I could get a parrot out
That
of
is
this.
not the worst that could happen with your braided
Like I
egg.
have cage.
Yeah, you could keep it in the cage, exactly.
Oh, you do have the cage, yeah.
The
I
cage
didn't
with
mean
no
to be
door?
rude, of
How do
course.
you get it
We-
out?
Make door on it.
Yeah, I mean,
We
we
can
can
make a
get
door.
somebody to put a door on it.
We should probably
Yes.
stop by some kind of pet store if you're gonna have a parrot.
Exactly.
I mean, you can-
Oh man, I really hope it does hatch.
What if it hatches and it's not a parrot?
Well, then it'd be a baby of whatever it is. If it's something dangerous, wouldn't be too big of a deal.
So I heard you are interested in maybe some of the more expensive wares.
Well, could I get a look at that book again?
Oh yes. What are you curious in it?
Can I investigate this thing and see what I can figure out without, like, doing an identify on this?
Yeah, for sure. Roll me investigation check.
Okay.
Is it a 20? Wow. All right. Yeah, you take like a look over it, and you see like hidden. You like press the back of the journal into the actual leather covering, and you see runes lining the leather, originally hidden by the back page. You can't entirely interpret. I mean, you get a vibe, right? It's something to do with the reason why you can't write on this book. But it is magical. Weirdly magical.
I'm a purveyor of strange books. Why not?
Yeah.
All right.
Indulge.
Can't remember how much I said that was.
5 gold.
5 gold.
Yep.
This gives her 1 platinum.
Of course. And she gives you 5 gold back.
Someone's got so much platinum now.
So,
Rolling in it after this.
one moment, I need to go to my back room. And she disappears for a moment and starts to bring out different things. First thing she brings out is this interesting leather cloak, black cloak. A keen eye could probably see there's like a little like rune into the hood of the cloak itself.
Mm-hmm.
Now wait a minute.
She
Hey.
brings a collection of coins. She brings a set of pipes. The coins, first of all, have little feathers on them. The pipes are a deep gray, tied with like a black string. She brings a little wand, a black wand with a white tip.
Uh-huh.
Like a magician one.
A second. Need to make sure I know what this one is.
Wait, can you repeat what the pipes look like again?
Yeah, they're dark gray pipes with a black string around them.
Scary that Seraph apparently has something to think about with these pipes.
Yeah, okay. Just a set of clothing. I'm gonna keep them nondescript for a reason you'll find out soon.
Okay.
Flake is very interested in
Alright.
the clothes. He was already thinking about clothes.
A mirror, a silver mirror, with interesting little illustrations of silver, like on the back. Nothing like specific, but it's cool. A small like mantle, like a half cloak, red half cloak with like gold on the trims, and the hilt of a sword. And she comes out with the hilt of the sword. So, this is my private little collection. This cloak, and she points towards the black cloak. Well, I should just show you, I guess. It is fun, though. I think you'll have a good time with it. And she picks it up and ties it around her neck. And she stands up, like stands tall, and you watch the cloak billow behind her.
Bye, man! What if you were cool as fuck?
A special thing about this one is that it changes color to whatever you would like. It's something you choose when you attune to it.
Color changing.
And she picks up the cloak and puts it down. These tokens right here, these coins, they are feather tokens. So, let's say you are falling from a height, and you are falling and falling and falling, and you activate it, and you fall much slower. Could probably stop you from some bad moments. Oh yes, the cloak is 50 gold pieces. These tokens, each of them, about 40.
How many are there?
There are 8 tokens, 8 feather tokens. These pipes.
And they're 40 gold each.
These pipes, they're interesting. I can actually show these off myself. And she blows a tune into it, and you watch from the pipes emanate smoke that turns into like a little rabbit in front of you all. The smoke is like coalescing around it as she plays, and it like hops a bit, and then when she stops, the smoke disperses. This is a pipe of smoke monsters. It is 50 gold. And this one, she picks up the wand. I'm not going to use this. It is very loud. But have any of you seen an orchestra before?
I have.
Has Kinsey?
Would Kinsey's moms have taken Kinsey to an orchestra?
Absolutely.
West
So, yeah.
is dead.
Oh, Flake is so sad because he's heard of orchestras and he's never heard one.
Steele's never been to an orchestra.
For those who haven't, it is like a collection of instruments all in one place, playing a tune together, a song. You can do this yourself. You wave it around and music just plays around you. Of your choice. It is a wand of conducting. Now we'll get
How much was the
board.
pipe of smoke monsters again?
The pipe of smoke monsters was 50 gold. This
Which
one
is-
is the one is 75 gold pieces.
Whoa.
This, and she moves over to the clothes. Do not worry about their appearance now, for they change once you take them into your care. But the special part about them is not that. When you wear them and are attuned to them, you can make beautiful designs appear around you. Perhaps you want to be very cool and you want fire to grow around you. It is, you make it yourself. It is illusory. Or you want something nice, like these purple glowing butterflies. They fly around you in a certain radius. They change to however you would most want them to appear. This is 100 gold pieces.
What can
Wait,
we
so you
write
can
these
make
down
like
as?
little illusions around you?
This would be glamour weave.
Oh, not glamour in the name too!
That's just what it's called.
That's just,
I know, but
that's
it's
just
so-
glamour.
It's so. Oh.
100 gold.
How badly I want it.
Wow. So glad I can't have any of these. Well, we can always come back, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
We're gonna go fight that griffin just so Wes can get something.
Fight. We don't have to fight it.
The rest of this might be a bit out of your pay grade, but I'll show it off anyway in case you're curious. This mirror, and she picks up the silver mirror, is a mirror of the past. When you look into it and you think of someone, it shows their past in vague images. It is 3,000 gold.
Whoa.
Oh,
Flake is astonished at the idea of such an item and the price.
And she puts it down. This, and she moves to the mantle. This is a mantle of spell resistance. These next two are items I used in my time adventuring. This just helps you greatly against any type of spell of any sort. Perhaps you are being possessed in some way, or you are being shot fireballs at.
Constantly.
It helps. This one is my most expensive item. This is 10,000 gold.
Whoa.
And lastly, my prized possession from when I was an adventurer. And she picks up the hilt of the sword, the silver hilt of a sword, and she swings it outwards, and a beam of light comes out of the hilt to form a massive blade. This is a sun blade. It is 5,000 gold pieces. And I think it is self-explanatory.
you're an adventurer.
Well, in years ago, yes. Yes, I was.
What did you do?
Nothing too exciting. Just, I spent some time in the Shadowfell for a time. Not a great place. But,
No, not from what I've heard.
yes. Either way. I had a group of friends. We split up afterwards. And now I see fit, it is better to sell these items than hoard them to myself. Some people could use them more, yes.
How long have these items in particular been sitting here for?
Well, I stopped when I was 26. So about 11 years.
Really, and no one has bought them yet?
Not a good town for it, I guess.
Well, don't forget my face because I might be back for some of these.
Alright. I will be very happy to see it. And the light returns to the hilt and she puts it down.
I have a question for the DM real quick.
Yeah?
What type of damage does a Sunblade do? Is that fire or radiant?
It does radiant damage.
Radiant? Okay, that's what I was...
And against undead, I'm pretty sure it does an additional D8.
Ooh.
Well.
Yeah, because it's a... That's the type of weapon.
It's 5,000 gold.
Yeah. We'll just have to come back some other time.
You also see that hers is a nice variation of it. Instead of what should normally be a long sword, I guess you guys as characters wouldn't know this. It is a great sword.
Wow.
Oh,
Well,
So, the two-handed then?
Yep.
You know, I have a store similar to this, actually.
You do.
I do. I sell similar items, not really as magical, not in the same way at least, but
Mhm.
I buy some items. Mostly I buy books, but I create magical items in my spare time. I sell them.
Where do you find yourself? Where is your store?
My store is in West Haven.
Well, I'll should be sure to come by sometime if you're around. I'd love to look at the place.
Oh, I'd gladly be expecting a visit then.
Of course. She has a big smile on her face. Let me put most of these back, unless you are interested.
Oh, well, I'm interested, but my
I'm a bit
my
short on
pockets
money as
aren't.
well.
I understand.
Oh, he's literally like, oh, you can see it's almost painful for him because he knows it's not the responsible thing to do, but he wants it so bad.
Do you have your bandage on your back?
Yes.
You
He
know,
takes it everywhere.
Friend, and she points at Flake. Are you a musician of some sort?
Yes, actually.
You know, I think this one. She picks up the glamour weave.
Oh, you bastard.
Might help you in some ways. You know, while you wear it, your performances become that much better.
I know. Oh. Look,
You could be so cool,
I
Flake.
know I would be so cool. We're going to do one of these damn jobs today, alright? And he pulls out, Oh, Flake, why you gotta be like that? Yeah, he pulls out 10 platinum and gives it to her.
Alright.
Fucking damn it, man!
Thank you very much. I'm sure you will enjoy. And she gives you the clothes.
This guy's gonna have to make a new design.
I am. that also was like, son of a bitch, I'm gonna have to come up with something.
They do not take shape yet.
Yeah.
The attunement process is different than other items. It doesn't take up a slot in your attunement. It just
doesn't
you just use it, and you have to take like time, and then it will turn into what you want.
Can you change it, or is it just the one time you get to?
You get to change it. If you take an hour to it, you can change it however
Okay.
you want.
Oh!
So it just doesn't take up an attunement slot.
No, because you're wearing it. So it.
Yeah, Glamour Weave is an item, one of the magic items that doesn't take up a slot.
Whoa.
Dude
this is
secretly, like, pulling out crazy shit.
All right. This has been a good day for my shop. All right. She begins to put back other things. At least the more expensive ones.
Could I get your name again?
It is Raja.
Raja.
A pleasure. Your name? All of you.
I'm called Xerxes.
Xerxes, okay.
I am Vest of Mossy Rock.
List of Masirok, okay.
Lifts his hat a little bit.
She gives you a nod.
I'm
Ah.
Seal.
See you. All right.
I'm Flake.
Flake, okay. In the rich magical child.
Richard.
Really, your parents named you Richard.
Yeah.
Richie.
Richie. Oh, that sounds a bit
Yeah,
better
we
than
call
Richard
him
for this
Richie.
14-year-old.
Richard.
Yes, yes. Roll me a deception check.
Is that advantage because we're all like?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't need it, but. Well, but I didn't mean it. I need that my better roll was first. Uh oh.
I'm on.
Hmm. Richard, what is your last name? Hmm.
Dastardly?
Not dastardly!
I think Kinsey has started getting nervous that she recognizes him somehow.
All right, I will call you Richard. Just know that I know.
Oh, what?
It is not your name.
Oh,
Is-
okay.
Is there something to be worried about?
No.
Okay. Either way, my doors are open to all of you whenever you would like to come again. And she begins to put back all the other items. Cool. Flake, you now have glamour weave.
Yeah, baby! Seraph just told me something that made me very sad. If you check the muted chat, you fucking bitch. You let him spend 100 gold!
Xerxes doesn't have enough slots for everybody to get something.
Xerxes doesn't have enough slots.
It's true.
It's
Well,
true.
maybe
You have the money.
get on Xerxes' good side. Maybe she'll start making you magic items then.
Start being a cooler person.
He's about to be.
Yes.
Everyone.
She comes back out. So is that all you need?
I mean, yeah, I can't
I
think of
believe
nothing
so,
else.
yeah.
All right, it's been a pleasure. I will keep an eye out for other big spenders. She kind of just sticks to the back of the desk and looks around.
Flake is experiencing like simultaneous extreme buyer's remorse, but also like he's so happy about it. It's like, oh, I just spent so much money. Oh, but it's so cool. Oh.
Wes ties the birdcage onto his belt. Like,
All right.
he just attaches it to his side. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
speaking
where do you put the egg?
Yeah, where is he gonna keep that egg? How big is
do
it
you
exactly?
want me to hold for you?
It's a small egg in like a glass container. Probably takes up your whole hand.
Can Wes put it under his hat?
Oh, that would keep it warmer. Yeah, thank you so much. I didn't mean to be like hostile when I just really wanted to get a look at it, you know?
Yes, it is yours. I just keep warm.
Well, thank you.
Kinsey can probably use like fucking cantrip formulas later when he gets a chance, and I think prestidigitation, if he just like warms something up, that might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it like what type of, what's it in again? You said it's in a...
It's just in a small like glass container with a like the little things that they stand eggs on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wes just puts it underneath his hat and then puts his hat back on.
Awesome.
Oh, well, actually, I gotta get rid of the books from my inventory. I don't fucking have them anymore. Well, bye-bye books.
Where are you guys looking to go next? You said I'm pretty sure this next person that says something was Sarah. If you wanted to go to the smith,
Yes.
all right. You guys find your way to Hazel Smithery. It's a pretty small little place. Just a little, very tiny building. These like little house like windows. You see an upper floor. You can get the impression that he also lives here. But you guys make your way through. Open the door. Hear another little jingle jingle. This one with like heavier bells. And look around, and there are weapons lining the walls. Weapons and shields, and like one set of like plate armor to the side, and directly in front of you is a dark-skinned man with these bright blue eyes. This is where I didn't write myself anything helpful. But he has a like this white button shirt with a little apron on, big gloves, and he's kind of like walking around frantically doing stuff in the shop. And he looks over. Oh, hi. Hey, what's up? Hi.
Hello.
Welcome. Sorry, that should have been first.
You look a bit stressed out.
It's just been a long couple days.
We saw your posting at the tavern.
Are you guys here for that? You guys maybe
Well, partially, yes.
okay. Well, pleasure. Nice to meet you all. I am Garrett.
Ah, Garrett.
Garrett.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. The sword. It's from my father. It was like his life's work, and I was supposed to finish it, and then it got stolen. Um. Yeah. Let me give you what the guards found out. Steps away around like the counter, and pulls out a little like journal from his the pocket of his apron. All right. So they found like these the like tracks on the ground, like footprint tracks. Same stuff that was like on the floor, the dusty stuff that was on the floor to the outside. And they tracked them somewhere in the kind of thinks for a moment, the Hickory Hole, just the outside of the city somewhere. And then it got kind of lost because there's no like stone floors to track the same footprints on, and somewhere out there.
Yeah. How old does this guy look?
This guy's can't be older than 19.
Oh, Monsieur. That's a lie.
Well, what does sword look like?
It's a long sword. It has like a heavy curve in the blade, and the hilt has this nice just very very beautiful like design of like the leather wrapping. It's like a symbol. It's a symbol of the god that my father worshipped.
And that would be.
He looks like really nervous.
No judgment.
I don't think that's how that works. Roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
I'm not religious. I don't care about this sort of thing.
Yeah. It's not like super accepted around here as well.
We're not
but
from here.
he worshipped the Raven Queen. I know. I don't do the same. It's his sword, and I just thought it'd be right to get it done for him.
Look, I don't judge. I worship a good time, okay? It does not bother me.
Okay.
No kidding. Yeah, that's all right.
We don't care.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. The guards were asking. I was like, well, I said nothing.
I see.
But I'm sure there's more people outside the city that probably saw them go by. They held me at like knife point.
Oh.
But they were like cloaked individuals. One of them had this like really vibrant green cloak though, so it was like really easy to pick out. I think he was like some sort of leader.
Yeah, and how many of them were there?
Just 4.
Can handle 4.
Yeah, 4 ain't nothing.
Well, was that all then?
Yeah. They left through the northeast gate.
Mm.
Yeah. That's all. That's all I have though. I'm sorry.
Nah, that's fine.
Well, if that is all that, then we were also interested in, shopping around.
For sure. Anything particular you all are looking for?
Well, I was originally looking for, how you say, scrap metal, things like that. Anything that could be used to, building material. Do you have, like, brass? Iron?
Yeah, I have a ton of stuff out back. I normally just put it in a pile and use it later, but I can sell it to you for sure.
All right, but I was also interested the shields you have.
Yeah, okay. And he kind of like walks over to the section that has a couple shields lined up. They're all pretty basic on, and you like look at them. They're all like steel shields. We have one magic one from an artificer in another town. No one's really bought it. Just a better shield, I guess.
What does it do? Just better?
It's just better. I don't really have like the full thing of it, but it just when someone tries to hit it, it blocks better.
Interesting. How much is that?
Probably it's pretty expensive. It's probably gonna run you like 150 gold.
How much are the other ones?
Just 10
10
gold pieces.
Well, I suppose I will take one of the other ones then, and would love to see what metal you have.
Of course. And he kind of like pulls one of the shields off the edge, and you see roll me a perception check. Just cause
For fun. No reason.
for fun. Awesome.
What?
Yeah,
All these 19s.
Just the best
So
roller.
many 19s.
19s as fuck. Good rolls
Um,
tonight.
You see, just you catch like a quick glimpse. Hidden in the imprinting of the shield is a small head of a raven. You get the impression that all their stuff is marked somewhere. Yeah. He puts the shield down and goes around back for scrap metals. He'll... I don't know exactly how much scrap metals he's got. Yeah, okay. He'll come back with like piles of different pieces of metal. You see brasses. You see some copper. You see regular iron.
Is it me or is Mike?
did yours-
Is-
one-
yeah.
Mike's fucking out. Did you want
Everybody
blood?
like, all right.
I was waiting
Mike's
for it to fix. There we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
I
Our
thought it
fault.
was
We
me.
were sitting there for a minute, like, it's gonna get better.
Yeah, he comes back out with some coppers, some brass. You see a pile of like iron. You do see a weird blue material. That's just a small pile. Most of this is regular stuff. I'm sure you've seen all this. This is mithril. I don't know if you're like an
Oh.
armorer, but it just makes good armor.
Hi, Mithril.
Mithril. Interesting.
The iron itself will probably run you a gold piece per pound. Copper, maybe 5 silver per pound, and the brass will also run you a gold per pound.
Well, I suppose I'll buy a pound now. If I need more later, I'll come back for more later then.
Okay. And he sets you up with a bunch of stuff. You have like little like balls of all the metals. All right. Mithril would probably run you 20 gold for a pound. It's rare.
Yeah, and I know about the mithril. Not really in need of mithril right now, but
For
who
sure.
knows what the future holds, you know?
Yeah.
My life is fucking crazy. Yours too, I guess.
I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna say you get 5 pounds of each per gold piece.
Okay.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Rolling
Wow.
in it.
Just think it'd make more sense. But he'll pull all the stuff back. And you have a collection. Was that all you guys were looking for? Oh, the
Actually, I was looking for daggers, knives. I just want to
Daggers, yeah. He kind of like walks to one end of the shop, and you see a small collection of daggers.
Mm-hmm.
Just two, one. What are you looking for?
Just one. I'm looking for one that's like, I mean, I'm looking for a gift for one of my friends. Just like a real cool one, I guess.
Yeah, let me kind of like goes through them. They all like have like different like blade designs. Some are like more like there's one that's like looks like electricity for the blade. One's like super curved, one's just a straight dagger. And he grabs like the cool like curved one, and the hilt seems to be a bit curved too, like that curves to the other end of the blade. This should work, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think he'd like that.
Right. Just 2 gold pieces up front.
And Kinsey passes it over.
All right. Anything else?
Seal's been like thinking really hard for like the whole time that they've been here, and he's like, you know, is there a way to make weapons like stronger, like pre-existing weapons?
Yeah. You just have to find someone better at the enchantment part. I could also line it with different materials. I could silver them, if you'd like. Silvering's good against. It just gives it that magical edge against creatures. Whatever you're looking for, though, I could try to line it in mithril coating too.
What does that do?
Just make it hit better hits better. Make it hit better hits easier, I guess would be the better phrase.
Hit gooder.
It would give you it would change your crit rate. It would make it a 19 instead of a...
Wow.
Oh, that's really cool.
19
actually.
or 20, yeah.
Whoa.
How much does the mithril cost?
That one runs you a bit. Somewhere over like 200 gold. I'm gonna take
I
that as a
don't-
no.
I don't have 200 gold, so
Come back
Is
after
it
we
the
finish.
mithril? Is it the mithril alone, or also the cost to like add it to a weapon or something like that?
The cost to add it to the weapon,
Mm.
mainly. The mithril itself, it's tough because mithril coating is hard to apply due to the different. Doesn't apply well to most steels. Normally, you want a weapon made with the mithril coating when it's made, so the blacksmith can have an easier time with it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you know what? I can run you a deal. I can't take off too much, but after you get the sword back, maybe I'd be willing to offer you 150 instead of 200, just for future reference.
I think we could do that.
Awesome.
We
Sounds
could
good.
look for a sword.
Yeah, I mean, I was already pretty up for it, you know.
Mhm.
I was just wondering, and he's sort of like, you know, is there like a counter he's sort of like standing behind or anything?
Yeah.
Flake like puts his arm on the counter and he's like, "How long have you been at this?"
Oh, well, my dad passed away last year.
Oh my god,
but
Flake.
He completely ignores him.
but he's he trained me ever since I was little. I've been taking this full time since I was 18.
Oh, I see. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, as long as everyone else is up for it, I will do my very best to find you that sword.
I appreciate it.
And he smiles and he's like, you know, he looks to everybody else and is like, you know, are we done here?
He's like, what is happening?
Don't make that face at me.
Well, I guess I'll see you guys.
Yes, we'll get going now.
All right.
See you later.
Mm-hmm.
Can give me insight into what's going on with Flint right now?
Yeah, roll
Like, he's
insight.
acting so fucking weird.
I've never seen him do this before.
What's going on with Flake? Is he trying to hide it?
No, he's just.
What?
Are you okay?
That's why I just laughed that loud. Like, are you gay?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't really trying to hide anything. Like, he was just being a little flirty. That's all. There's no insight to be made.
Why?
Because
Why
this
not?
guy has social anxiety.
All right.
He said he
has a
wasn't
type.
gonna do the bard thing.
And he's not. He's just. Look, you don't get it. You don't own an air fryer.
You guys leave the smithery.
Hold on. All right, let me explain myself. Just realized it. He hasn't been flirting with everybody. This is the first time he's flirted with anybody, okay? Give him a break. There, that's my explanation.
You guys leave the smithery. Where are you guys heading next? You said, Parker, you said you wanted to go to like a nature-y kind of vibe?
Yeah, or something with animals, or just
Yeah, I mean, Flake also would love
there
to go to
are-
some kind of animal place after this parrot thing.
There are two possibilities. I'll give them to you. There's
Pet
a,
smart.
there's
The zoo.
Land.
there's an apothecary,
Mhm.
and there is the pet palace.
Let's go to the pet palace.
We gotta go to the pet
Yeah!
All right.
Wes sees the pet
The
palace,
pet
and he
palace.
starts like speed walking towards it, like beelining it away from everybody.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm
He's,
coming
trying
with
to
you. I'm
catch up, but-
interested.
His legs
But
are
West
so
is
long.
also like 8 feet tall, so he's
Yeah.
very much
Slow
easily-
down!
Speed walk is like a sprint.
Oh my
Um,
seen him walk this fast before for anything.
Katie, there are.
Like a bear and he was
No, your mic cut out.
You might
We were being
Uh,
chased by a bear and he was calmer than this.
Really?
Kinsey, you've seen a pet palace before. This is a chain store.
Oh my god.
Xerxes, you've probably also seen one before.
Wes has never seen a pet palace before.
And you guys walk. It is a massive store
Oh my
Oh,
with like
God.
big letters on top, just the pet palace. Red letters, white stone.
Key.
And you guys go in, and it is just. If you guys have ever been to like Petco before, there's like fish tanks lining the like left wall. You see like straightforward. There's like like sections for like pet care, but like right when you walk in, there's like the hamsters.
Oh.
And the hamsters and the mice, and like farther back you see like cages for dogs and some cats. And you guys walk in, and directly to the left of you is this human woman with short wavy brown hair. Hello there. Anything I can do for all you?
Animals. He points at all the animals. He's pointing at all of them. It's like
Well,
Yeah.
animals.
I had a few questions. What? I'm not really, I'm a first-time pet owner, I would say. Got
All
any
right.
tips for like hatching a parrot?
Hatching a parrot?
Yeah, West, can you show the egg?
He takes his hat off and he carefully places it on the counter and puts his hat back.
I mean, I guess that works. I mean, we might have something magical that could suit that need, but it looks like you already got it down. Just you gotta keep it warm, you know.
You think his head's warm enough for hatching an egg?
I could give you a machine quotation marks. It's like a little magical thing that you put the egg in, and it heats it.
I mean, I don't know
I think
about
I could
all
figure
that.
something out.
Yeah,
later
I was
if
thinking,
you
we
wanted.
got Kinsey and Xerxes makes all types of machines. I mean, if
He
Xerxes was
does
okay
not
with
know
doing that.
who we are.
Well, yeah, I'm just,
So, anything else you need, or you just want to look around?
yeah, I guess. I just, I mean, like, what should I do after it hatches? How do I take good care of it?
Probably want to feed it, keep it in a cage,
Yeah, we got a cage.
train it to no longer be in the cage.
Oh, yeah, I gotta train it. Oh, man.
Wes
You
is
should
just
try and-
standing
you should
there
try and
wagging
teach
his
it.
tail.
What do you say, Salem?
You should try and teach it to like speak.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I think we gotta get, like, the basic care down first.
Maybe the bird could then teach. Oh my god. The bird. Flake teaches the bird primordial, and then the bird teaches Kinsey primordial.
Why do we have to have so many steps
I think
in between?
I think more effectively I could try to teach Kinsey primordial. I mean, I'm not a very good teacher regardless. I don't know how much that's gonna work
Maybe
out.
the bird will do
I
better.
think Bud will do a better job.
Birds
Flick's
are very
face
That's what
like
I
he just
said.
frowns.
That's what I said.
A bird is gonna teach better than me.
I mean, we don't know.
Birds very smart.
How smart
Bird's
are
very
parrots?
smart.
He turns to the girl. How smart is a parrot?
Well, parrots are pretty smart. I don't know if they're smarter than a person, but
They're about as smart as a toddler.
Me?
How smart is a toddler?
well, you didn't have to. I think you're digging yourself in a hole here, friend. Look at the Flake. Because Flake just went me when you said a toddler.
Yeah. I thought you meant like he's as smart as a toddler.
No, that is not what Kinsey meant.
Oh,
He said they're about as smart as a toddler.
oh,
Yeah.
a bird?
The parrot.
Yeah.
Is. Parrots are about as smart as a
I
bird.
thought you were saying that Flake was as smart as a toddler.
Why would he say that?
Why would he
He does.
say that? Flashback to like 3 hours ago.
Well, you guys can look around. I can open some of the cages for you, maybe.
Oh well, first before that, I have a question. My friend here, he like takes Frank off of his hat and presents him.
Hey, buddy.
There was some heavy rain on the way in, and I got worried about him. Do you have any sort of like carrier to keep a cricket dry?
For cricket? Let me.
I mean, any small animal, I guess, would work, but
well, the issue is that. Yeah, let me find something.
This girl is having like the most job of her life right now.
She like goes like a back room, goes out maybe over here. She walks on the shelves. All right, and picks up a little cage, and also grabs something else. Like comes over. I got two options. Got this little cage, and it's like a little like hamster cage. Or, and she pulls out a little raincoat.
What do you have these for?
How small is this raincoat?
Well, it's like hamster size, but you could like make it smaller. Like and she like pulls like a string, gets a little smaller.
Kinsey is buying the raincoat.
That's gonna really like 5 gold. It's really hard to make.
Okay, yeah, anything for Frank.
All right.
Cricket has a name if you didn't know.
No, I got that impression.
Wes has wandered off to go look at the animals.
Oh.
I have a question. How easy is it to open the cage?
There's a lock,
Like a lock?
like a lock.
Hit.
Well, the thing is, right, Flake would see him leaving and he's like, oh, I can't leave the egg, like, out in this cold, like, so he goes and follows West.
Does Wes like give him back like?
Like, Flake took the egg with him, so he's like,
Okay.
well, oh, West, can you put him back?
Oh, yes. And then he
Him,
puts
I
the
don't
egg
know.
back under
Them,
his
I
hat.
suppose. We don't know what kind of bird we've got here.
Is there any? There's not any animals that have like an open pen at all on their own.
Well, the hamsters have like a little like opening over top in the mice, so you can like play with them from above. It's like your hand thing.
West
He is gonna stick his hand in the mice. The mice.
West,
cage.
yeah, West open like is putting his palms down for a bunch of mice to crawl in them.
They do. They really like you. I'm gonna say just immediately, you give off a good presence. I assume you're like talking to them too.
Hello. He's like got them up to his eyes, like just above his nose. He's like, hello. You are very cute. Do you want to escape?
Oh, you can understand them.
Yeah, what are they saying?
Well, I don't really want to escape. I don't think. Now, unless someone really wanted me.
Oh, what? It's just a little white mouse. Like what? What color?
Yeah, well, the one that you have that's talking right now is like this little brown one.
No brown one. Oh.
Well, what? How about you, Jerry?
Oh well, I think I'm pretty happy here, but if there was food somewhere else, maybe some cheese.
Cheese.
Do you want to come help me find my husband?
I mean, I don't know how husbands work, but
I mean, is there cheese there?
Yes.
Well, absolutely. Then.
Can Wes like let them go like and hide in it like somewhere on his body, like either in his hair or like somewhere, like tuck them in?
Does Kinsey see all that happen?
Roll me a sleight of hand check. Yeah, Kinsey, you're also with the mice. roll me a perception, Kinsey.
Okay.
Watch that stick up. The Jerry, the white is a white mouse,
Mhm.
and you watch the white mouse and this like brown speckled one just hop into West's hair.
Well,
Kinsey
Good.
like
How
obviously
far
he
away
doesn't
from
understand the mice, but
You guys
You're
are
West,
literally
huh?
like 20 feet away. From the maid lady, but she's distracted for now.
does Flake
What
see
were
this?
both of
He's
the
also like
mice's
right
names?
next to them.
The white one's Jerry, the brown one.
Yeah.
Well, let's think for a moment. Evan.
Eric.
Evan?
Eric! No.
With an E or an A? No, that's the word even. Never mind. No, Evan. Got it.
Oh man. What were you saying, Kinsey?
Kinsey, he didn't understand the mice, obviously, but like,
Yeah.
was West speaking in common? Like, did he hear all that?
Pretty sure that's yeah.
Yeah, he was like whispering to them, like being quiet.
Kinsey just like watched West whisper to some mice, and then they went in his hair, and he's like, "All right."
Right.
Wait. Did Flake is also right there? So
Roll a perception
Yeah.
check because you're right there. Oh man.
whoa!
Oh my god.
I mean, it's not nat 20.
It isn't.
You still you watch West put the mice in his hair after whispering to him.
Flake is concerned, but also like he knows that West is like the animals guy, so he assumes that this is the better option for them. So he's not gonna do anything.
Oh
Xerxes does not see this happening. I really don't like animals.
I assume you guys are
The
still
many
talking.
animals that are now joining up on us.
So, what are you all? Anything else you would like here?
Me, I
Look
don't
at
know
the
what I'm
cats.
here.
Oh, the cats. Yeah, let me 1 second. And she gets out of the counter and walks towards the cat cage. It's like it is literally like 12 cats all together.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
Yeah, let me just. She unlocks the door and opens it for you to like go in.
Kinsey goes in.
Anyone who wants to go in can go in. Then she's gonna close the door.
Yeah, Flake
I'll
also
go
comes
in.
in.
I'll go in.
West is about to go in, but then I assume doesn't.
Okay.
Lucy's just standing
You
right
have
up.
mice in your hair,
Yeah.
big man. You don't
Yeah,
want to be
exactly.
going in
Mice in
there.
your hair.
Yeah, you Wes, you actually watch you watch the woman like look over to you. And you're like, oh god, she's gonna see. And
Mhm.
she like looks past.
No, he's pretty calm.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't think he's done anything wrong.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. She still like looks at you and like looks past you and doesn't notice.
Kinsey's gonna sit on the ground so that he's not like so tall compared to the cats, and he's gonna like kind of try and like get one of them to come over to him.
Is there an observation window?
Roll me an animal handling check. Yeah, there's
Okay.
probably a small one like behind the cage.
Come on, Kinsey.
You could look
Oh.
at.
Oh.
Can West hear the cats talking? You don't have to talk for the cats.
I was gonna say.
Just, can he?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
You hear like a couple go like, "Who's that? Who's that weird kid?"
Which one's the weird kid?
Staring at Kinsey, who's saying at them.
Oh,
You see like a
Can
yeah, Seal,
I also just roll animal handle? I'm just
Yeah.
like sitting there,
for sure.
incredibly still.
It's like roll animal
Aw.
handling.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Flake just like
Oh,
sat
it's
down in
worse.
the center of the area and isn't like, making any noise or anything. Let's see, animal handling. Oh!
This is so funny. Seal, you sit down. You're kind of used to like hanging with animals, right? And you're like, this cat's gonna come over and to like look at one of them and wait, and you walk over to Flake, and then Kinsey, you're like, pss, 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 and the cats go over to Flake,
Aw.
and Flake, you are surrounded with all 12 cats.
Oh my goodness! Hi everybody! And he just like
Um,
he puts out both hands and starts petting like two different cats.
Kinsey, eventually you keep like and watch this like big like this massive like orange tabby.
Holy shit, that's Tiger Star.
That's Jake. It's an orange tabby.
He's a big chubby cat, and he starts to like tromp over and sits down in front of you.
Kinsey
over
like
you.
offers his hand for him to sniff first.
And he sniffs. And then looks back to just straightforward. It waits.
Kinsey pets him.
And he lays down.
Aw.
Flake has been like switching between petting different ones because he's like, oh, we gotta give everybody some love.
Still, you're like watching, like you're trying, like looking at all of them, wait for one to walk over. Just sitting
I'll
there.
just sit sadly, I guess.
Oh,
Xerxes is like watching all this happen, just like standing straight at the observation window, holding like both hands like crossed behind her back, just like looking, and doesn't look over at Wes, but is like just standing, like staring straight forward at them all doing this thing. Why aren't you in there?
Can Xerxes do a perception check for the mice?
Oh.
She's not looking at you.
Okay.
Or to be like the animal guy.
Hmm.
Or like,
I
the cats or
too.
something.
might be too big for the room.
Alright.
Let the kids have cat time.
Okay. And it is a nice moment with the cats.
Just like
And Kinsey. Kinsey's got a guy.
One guy.
But eventually you guys leave the room. Does Seal not even like reach out at any? Does Seal like reach out at any of the cats?
I mean, if they like walk by,
Yeah, they'll like walk by. And you will get to pet some of the cats. You just won't have any particularly for you.
all right.
It's a rough 2 animal handling day.
Really is.
But it's a change story. You'll see one in the future. And you guys leave the cage.
West,
Well-
he's not thinking about it. Like he grabs a little, like a nut or something from his bag and like holds it up to one of the mice as it peeks out, just in front of the lady.
Oh no.
Excuse me?
Hmm.
You can't steal those. Not how that works.
Flake like butts in and he's like, "Oh no, he's like an animal guy. He's had those. He's got like bugs in his hair too. It's crazy."
No, I take them.
Why did you say
They
that?
asked to come with me.
Yeah, I was about to say that's Jerry and that's Evan.
Yeah.
You can't
How
take
How much do
those.
they cost?
Oh.
Oh.
Mm,
How much do Jerry and Evan cost?
I mean,
Don't buy them.
Jerry's pretty expensive. Jerry's like 25. Evan's like 10.
Why is Jerry more
why
than
is-
Evan?
Why is Evan
Uh,
worth less?
Jerry is a purebred.
Hmm. Do you hear this?
Kinsey
They
is
give you
astounded
price.
by the mouse racism he's witnessing.
Yeah, the mouse racism.
I'm always worth less than Jerry. It does suck to be you.
Hmm. West just like goes over and puts them back. I'm sorry, you cannot come with.
It's okay. It's nice to meet you, Wes.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
He leaves each of them with a nut.
Oh, yippee-ki-yay!
Yeehaw and all that.
Yeehaw and all that.
All right. Anything else you guys like to do?
Me? No.
No, we leave now. Goodbye.
Okay.
Flake follows him out.
Kinsey also follows.
Yeah.
Seriously, following him out. There is this one annoying cat that always is hanging up around outside my store, always chasing my tail. I hate it so much. Can't
Oh.
go anywhere.
Oh man.
Have you named it?
Am I supposed to? Its name is the cat that chases after my tail and tries to bite me.
I love that name.
Good name, yeah. Maybe
Name
Bitey for
cat
short.
Oh.
Kinsey. You exit the pet palace. You look to your left. See a little stand with on top of this little sign, this large sign on top of the stand, written, "Oh my cod."
My lord, not again. This can't be happening.
It is a fish stand owned by this blonde young woman. Just standing there looking around. Doesn't seem like anyone's like visiting.
Kinsey walks over.
Where
my
are we
God.
right now? Did we like just leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just
yeah.
walked outside of the pet palace.
You guys
Did
just
Kinsey
left the-
slink off or?
I mean, I guess not like super. You know what? I will do a stealth check.
Alright.
Oh no! And I was gonna say Flake is pretty preoccupied with following West.
Kinsey is extremely interested in the fish. Like you see his eyes like widen as soon as he sees the sign, and it's just like immediate.
You see this blonde woman sitting there, and she like perks up right when she sees you. Oh my god. Hi, my name is Carly. This is my fish stand. Would you like a fish?
I would love a fish. I would love multiple actually. What kinds do you have?
I mean, all kinds. I mean, my main trademark is cod because you know all my cod. But
yes, I saw the sign. Love the sign.
thank you. But
How old is she? You just said young woman, but
young 20s.
okay.
Can't be older than 21. Yeah, we have cod, we have sardines, of course, bass. I mean, anything you're like looking for, I could find.
Can West come over too?
Yeah, Flake also came over since Kinsey like walked over, and he's thinking really hard right now, cause he just realized something about all this fish business.
Kinsey, he's looking over. He's really contemplating.
I guess Seal will also come over. It's for fun.
Yeah. Seal, what kind of fish do you think you might want? I mean, I could cook some of these.
Everyone go.
Do you have a brother?
What?
Do you have a brother?
Me?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Sorry.
Why did you ask that?
I think
Guys.
barkeep.
Oh, the barkeep, the sister, the fish. Oh, you're thinking so hard about this. I really just was lacking just now.
That's really smart. Yeah, there's cods and there's sardines. What are the
How
fish
expensive are the
there?
cod and the sardines?
The cods would be like 2 silver. The sardines would be like 1.
I feel like a sardine is like a snack fish. I feel like a cod is like a proper dinner.
Proper meal, yeah.
Hold
Hold on. Let
A
me
real
go
hearty
quickly.
one.
I
think
mean,
my
Can I
Discord
get
is closed.
4 cods
We can
and
still
2
hear you.
sardines?
Yeah, 2 cods. Sure. And she'll like pull them out. So 2 cods and how many sardines?
2. Or 4 cods, 2 sardines.
4 cods, 2 sardines. Sorry. So awesome. Yeah, that'll just be 1 gold piece.
Alright.
Can I
He
have
passes it over.
sardine?
wait,
Of
no,
course.
Kinsey, I have a question.
1 silver.
What?
West gives the silver and then eats the sardine whole.
Okay. You know, when you bought that fish way back in Hearthfield, we never saw you cook that fish. It was just one fish. And you never
Well, West
Maybe
Maybe
It's
you
a
weren't
cat.
paying attention.
fed it to a cat. Why would you... What do you need all this much fish for anyway? We literally are
Why
like...
are you interrogating
What are you
me
being
about
so
my fish
skeptical of?
purchases?
I'm just saying, this is a strange behavior coming from you when we are living in the times of the fishspiracy.
This
Kinsey
is
likes fish.
the strangest
I-
thing I've seen this boy do.
I like fish. Like I.
But how are you even going to use all this fish before we, like, you know, before it all goes bad?
Kinsey
This
eats
is so
fish like
much
every
fish.
day.
No, he
I'm
doesn't!
going to-
I like fish.
I'm gonna cook them later. I mean,
We're staying at an inn. We don't need to cook our own food.
and I like cooking my own food. It's
I suppose all
it's
fish.
not that deep.
All fish.
Uh huh.
Nothing
It
else?
tastes the same.
I feel like Flake is a part of the fishspiracy.
Honestly, I feel like you're trying
He's
to
he's
offset
putting so
suspicion
much
somehow.
blame on everybody else.
I'm sorry? In
You
what
have to roll
world?
deception for this.
Yeah.
In what world am I the one who's doing the fishspiracy? Why would I ever do that to a person?
Stop talking about it. This fish conspiracy.
Should one
Look,
of us should we
I'm
both
just
roll
gonna say
deception,
it.
or should one of us aid the other?
Kinsey will give you the help action if that's
Okay.
fine.
19.
Yeah, Flake, if you'd like to roll insight.
Alright. Oh,
Yes!
Lord.
I mean, Flake, You know,
I don't
the
what to
pieces
tell
are-
ya.
the pieces are there, right?
That's the
But
thing.
they aren't clicking. They you know,
You're interrogating these children. Right
I'm not
now.
interrogating
I'm literally
anything. I'm
a
asking.
Divergent minor.
Literally
I
a
am
murder.
not interrogating anything. I asked like 3 questions. I'm just gonna say one last thing, and I will let it be for the time being about your fish purchases. If you're the one behind this, you can tell me. I'm not gonna be mad at you. It's just strange. Like, what am I gonna
Kinsey
do?
has received like one "if you're blank, you can tell me it's okay" talk in his life from his mom. I'm sure.
If you're gay.
If you're
But-
gay, you can tell me it's okay.
Wisdom
So we just,
saving
like-
through.
Kinsey has like the most bizarre expression on his face after you say that.
I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable. I'm being honest
It's just
with you.
weird.
The
I'm
sake
not-
of transparency.
Are you? Why, you're so obsessed with the fish.
I'm not gonna let you make me feel bad about this.
Seriously takes a sip from our flask.
We simply wanted to buy fish, and we
It
can't
just
be left
seemed
alone.
weird. It just seemed weird. That's it. I'm sorry.
I mean, especially if we go out
Maybe-
to complete one of those jobs. I mean, we might not be staying at the inn tonight, so
That
Well,
is
it might just be
true.
nice to have.
Well, I mean-
Who knows?
who knows how long it's gonna take to find that sword? And I mean, we already kind of committed to doing it, so who knows? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry. It's just weird. It's just weird. That's the end of it.
Should we
all right.
go for sword now?
Well, isn't there like other places we wanted to go? I don't remember.
What's that?
you wanted to go to the library.
Yeah, and also like a
Oh,
general
yeah.
store. I hate to be the guy that takes a million years.
You guys could probably find a general store.
hmm
I don't have anything super exciting for a general store, but you can find one.
Yeah.
It's
the
literally
library
just for
general.
the journal.
Yeah, for sure. You can walk up and buy a journal. Probably this little dwarvish guy. I think journals. Let me make sure.
Yeah, and also he's gonna need a pen and ink as well.
Journals are 100 gold.
Would the apothecary have potions?
A million.
It could.
10,001 gold.
Journals are 10 gold pieces.
What?
Alright.
That's so expensive.
I was I was thinking the other day, like, I wonder how expensive a journal is gonna be. Damn, that's expensive. Well,
All right. So the library and the apothecary, right?
We don't have to go to the apothecary.
We could go.
Okay.
yeah. And I also said like
I
he
don't have any
needed
money.
pen and ink as well because he doesn't have any on him.
Yeah. We'll say we can stack that up to like 5 silver for the
Alright.
pen and ink. Where do you guys want to go first? Library or apothecary? Sorry.
Is the
gonna go to the
apothecary going to be
apothecary
like a whole
first.
thing? I was just gonna, if we could grab like, what
doesn't
type
have
of
to be a
potions
whole
they
thing.
have. Yeah, just like what potions does the apothecary have?
Aren't
Buggledorf.
potions expensive?
Buggledorf.
The gnomish fellow named Buggledorf will offer. He has healing potions, potions of like haste, a potion of strength.
Mm.
Well, those are good.
But otherwise, doesn't have a lot of stuff.
Are these like just regular health potions, like the ones we already have?
Yeah.
How much for one? Like how much for each?
I don't want to give an answer because I'm pretty sure it's. I don't want to say I'm pretty sure. One second.
Yeah, I this is not like I will be buying it right now. I just want to know for the.
Mm-hmm. You should be right here. 50 gold for a regular healing potion.
How much would the haste potion be?
Probably would run you over 100.
Oof.
It's okay. Just wanted to know. All right, we can go to the library now.
All right.
Here it comes!
All right. You guys go to the library. 1 second. Cool. Yeah, you guys show up to a large building with many a glass window, pillars that stand outside the front of the building, and through the windows you can see books. The doors themselves are made of these wood and have nice little windows in front. And as you walk through, you see a elven woman, long curly brown hair, these blue eyes. She looks to be in her early 20s. She has like a little dress on. Yeah. And she like looks up at all of you. Hello. Pleasure. Anything I can do for you, or are you just here to browse?
Yeah, I was looking for any books you have on the Animora.
Yeah, you could probably find a good collection of those on the second floor. There's a section for just magic and whatnot, and I'm sure you could find it in the A's.
Alright, thank you.
Of course.
Kinsey's gonna follow Flake also.
I'll go up to the magic section too.
Cool.
Can Wes go to the religion section?
Sure. In Xerxes?
Xerxes is browsing around looking for yeah, I guess she's browsing around in the magic section too.
Alright.
Doesn't like follow everyone, they're just like walking around on her own.
Looking for the specific thing you talked about before, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Dwayne?
Roll me an investigation check. Flake, it's pretty easy to find some Animora stuff, but roll me an investigation check to see how much
Yeah?
stuff you find.
To see exactly what we might be finding, yes?
Can Kinsey also look around?
Yeah.
Roll an investigation. Okay.
Steel, is there anything specific you're looking for?
For sure. Investigation. Hold on, sorry. I'm in the middle of taking off my makeup, so it started really bothering me. I'm gonna walk back to my computer.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Is do you think there's any books on the Raven Queen in the religion section?
Roll me investigation as well.
And
Would it
we
be
never
shitty
would
to
have
guidance
suspected.
myself?
You could guidance yourself.
Pep talk. Oh, Wes.
Oh, West.
He doesn't know how to look at a library.
Has Wes ever been in a library before?
We let him alone.
Everybody left him alone, and he's just like, he doesn't know what he's looking for.
Oh, we'll be back soon!
Steel, what specifically are you looking for in the magic section?
DMZ thing.
Oh, you DM me? Just kidding. Oh, 20 messages!
What the fuck?
One second.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
I'm sending just a quick one as well.
I'm not.
Right.
I 1 second. This is really funny, and I think it makes sense.
Scared.
I can't have my notifications on during the sessions
Why?
because I then I'd have to get off of Do Not Disturb, and my phone would blow up from every message in every server I'm in.
Maybe you should start muting servers.
Okay, well, I'll do that. I'll mute all 99 servers I'm in.
Mm,
Josh, I don't know how you
Yeah,
live like
do not
that.
disturb
you
is
should do
fine.
that.
Second.
I am in 3 servers that have like any active speaking in them whatsoever.
I'm in none. Other than this one, the D&D one and the regular. I'm 2, I guess.
So how's the weather? We're gonna be here for a minute.
This is just like my thought process.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Let's start with the people that don't have a million things I need to describe to them. West.
Mm-hmm.
Even with your low roll, you do find a small book on the Raven. It's rough, right? You don't find a book directly about the Raven Queen. You find a book that kind of like looking through. You like find a book of gods, and it kind of mentions
Okay.
the Raven Queen. But you couldn't find anything specific, probably because Raven Queen worship's not super welcome in this city.
So it's just a book of different.
Yeah, just some like basic like gods stuff about the gods.
Okay.
You learn a couple things. You just learn about how the Raven Queen's a pretty recent addition to the deity list. Kind of should probably lay in the more like neutral scale, but has been like labeled pretty bad by most of the Darien Empire. Does cool stuff with fate. When people die, they prefer that they stay dead. It's not like has a lot of like issues with undead people.
Specifically, Wes doesn't really understand religion.
Okay.
So I guess this would just have like basic knowledge of like what religion is. Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he'd gain a little bit of that. Okay.
You'd have a better understanding on what people mean when their people worship a god or
Okay. Yeah.
Seal, you can't really find what you're looking for. You like move to like different sections, you just can't really figure it out. Circes, do you want me to say this out loud or do you want me to message you later?
I mean, do you think you need to message me later?
I'll give you a basic idea. of
Okay.
what you-
Oh, this is huge.
Actually, let me message you right now and just make sure it's okay. Just to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all right.
Cool. Yeah, so looking more into the new crystals you have in your possession, there's a pretty likely chance they could help in what you're looking for. These crystals have been known to amplify uses of spells. Most people originally assumed that they were like just pure correlations of that element, but because there's so much energy built within them, it is a pretty much straightforward like amplification of magic, very similar to people casting spells together. So basically, you can like read things about like people maybe casting like fireball through the crystals before, and it that sets off a bigger explosion and a more damaging one, or just most spells can be amplified or changed or improved through applying this crystal in some way.
This is the first good news I've heard in what? Months?
Paimon.
Right. So kids, you rolled higher than Flake.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna give you an option.
Uh-huh.
Are there things that you want to hide from Flake?
I'm so fucking mad. It's actually unreal. You have no idea.
I'm gonna DM you.
Okay.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad. That is bullshit.
Oh
Oh,
my god.
I
Whatever you
worked
try to hide,
so...
you'll have to roll a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
They
All
are
right, I feel a little bit
controlled by
better
the
now.
dice.
Like, I thought I was just fucked, and I was like, I worked so hard to make this house a home.
I'm so curious.
I wonder if
Oh
it's
my God,
multiple
hold on.
things or just one. God, whatever's going on in there is so fucked up.
No idea. You have no idea. Fucking maniacal to do
I'll
that
keep
to
it
me.
simple. I'll keep it simple.
Maniacal. Maniacal. Evil, even.
Okay, so this is a little rough. Because that is included in, like, the base.
Yeah, like ones that are specifically about it though. Like if it's offhandedly mentioned,
Cool.
he'll.
Alright.
All
The main book will have, like, a base thing.
Oof.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Roll me. Now you brought attention to it. Roll me a perception check, Flake. Actually, this would go.
Oh.
Oh!
Well,
Oh.
if it's passive perception, my passive perception is higher than that. I for once in my
Oh.
life, I decide to be fast and I get fucked for it. Come on.
You did already roll it.
Yeah.
This is the worst day of my life. This is the worst.
I was. So I. This is tough because I was about to change it to passive.
If you were about to change it.
Salem, you're the only person I care about in this world, even if it doesn't happen. You're the
What
only
if?
person who advocates for me.
What if Flake knows that Kinsey hid something, and then, but like, there could
Can't
be like,
find
some-
it.
or something. I don't know.
Maybe it's like there's
not
missing
the DM.
books on the shelves. How's about that? And it's like, huh, that's weird.
Sure.
Okay. Because, like, he would see that either way and be like, I'm gonna go ask later about what those books were. To, like, the...
You know, I gotta. You see Kinsey move something.
Yay! I'm a happy person. What
I feel like
was...
Flake isn't happy with this knowledge.
Oh, no, he's not, but I am ecstatic, because, like, oh my god, you have no idea how important it is to me. What did you do, Kinsey? I already know
What?
that you don't want to talk about this. I just saw you move something.
There are some. You know what? Can Kinsey find a fan fiction?
Yes.
He's not gonna believe that. Even if you give that to him, he's not gonna believe that that's what you were hiding.
Well,
I mean,
You
gotta roll for
You gotta
that.
roll for it, Jeremy.
I know,
Well,
but, like, you know, it's like...
Okay, well, there's another thing. Like, you can feel like you can be deceived, but you can still, your character could still think something. It's when you leave everything to rolls, it kind of takes away
Mhm.
player priority, which is kind of weird.
Yeah,
So-
like, in Flake's heart, you know? It's like he knows
Yeah.
that Kinsey is trying to hide important things, and Kinsey
You could
wouldn't
be
do
like-
this.
Kinsey passes him a fan
Benefit.
fiction. He's like, you don't need to be seeing this.
Did Kinsey grab that off the shelf, or did he already have that hidden? Like, you know?
I think he had picked it up, probably.
You are given a book called Droma's Cold Night in Ikkyo.
That's terrible. He cringes a little bit looking at the title, but he does take it. And he's like, why don't you, you know... I'm sorry, I just don't believe
I
you.
was sparing you.
You're not sparing me from anything. I know that you don't want to talk about this, but it's... Like, you not talking about this has caused a problem.
Okay, and I've solved it. I told you what you needed to know.
That's what you're saying, but this is public knowledge. Everybody else in the world knows this. I mean, not in the world, but, you know?
Okay, then look for it. And he gestures to the fucking bookcase.
That's not what you're... This is crap, alright? This is not what you're trying to hide from me, and I know that.
What? I mean, there's plenty of interesting things you could find in there, I'm sure. How many of these has Kinsey read before, by the way?
Of the books on the shelf,
Yeah, just like general.
most of them. Wide majority.
Mm-hmm.
How many books are we talking here? Like, that are very
there's,
clearly...
There's an entire shelf for the Animora.
My fucking god.
Cool.
Yeah, okay, so the fact that there's an entire shelf and Kinsey went after it's, like, a few books, like, he is gonna, like, keep prying about this. Like, there's no way. There's no way that... No, alright?
What do you want from me, truly?
I want you to tell me what's going on. I am not a very intelligent person, alright?
I've gathered that already.
Yeah, very, yeah. And if I don't know what I shouldn't say, like, you know what I mean? It's hard.
I've told you what you shouldn't say, and the answer is my name.
Yeah? I feel...
You don't need to mention anything.
Why
Can we
can't
hear
you
this?
just let me see what...
Probably.
You guys still there?
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah.
about something, and I really, really don't want to do it.
Uh-huh.
Is there, like, any way to tell if, like, Kinsey has the books, like, on his person still as well, or, like, what?
Kinsey, did you, like, pocket them? Or...
Probably, yeah. He's, like, hidden them. Probably, like, shoved them into his sweater.
Alright. Now that you're looking, let's do one more contested sleight of hand. It's a perception check.
Come on, baby.
Yes!
No.
Yes! Fuck yes! Fucking finally, dude!
I
You
love
see-
when things happen.
You see the books?
Kinsey, I
Like,
know you
what
have
about-
them! Like, you
Kinsey
can tell
walks away.
he's genuinely angry now.
Alright. Kinsey, like, takes, like, several steps away from Flake.
Can I go up to Kinsey?
Go up the stairs.
He is staring absolute daggers at you right now, like, if looks could kill.
Kinsey doesn't look very friendly either.
You're supposed to be quiet
Yeah,
and-
Xerxes and West are like, la-di-dee-dee-dum!
Kinsey, what is going on?
Nothing.
He's trying to hide books from me that I'm trying to learn about the Animora, and he
I
won't
asked
let me
Kinsey
see.
what's going on.
There's just some stuff that Flake doesn't need to see because Flake already knows that he doesn't need to be telling anyone my name. So I don't understand what else he could want other than what's on the... I mean, there's plenty of fucking books left. Just take some of them.
They aren't what you're trying to hide.
Okay, what do you care so much about? Why do you care so much about what I'm trying to hide specifically? Like what?
Because you
think?
trying to hide stuff has gotten us into a bad situation.
I wasn't really hiding it, to be quite honest with you. I was just not saying it. There's things people just don't bring up sometimes.
Ugh. He. I don't know what to do here. Like, he's not gonna get any closer to you. Ugh. I don't know. He like just looks at the shelf and like grabs like a few of the books. Like, he does this very quickly because he doesn't want to like let Kinsey out of his sight.
You grab a few of the books.
Yeah.
I mean, you grab like just very basic like books about the Animora. You find there's like a collection of like magazine on the wall. You like stack one of those on top. Yeah.
He is just going to keep standing and staring at Kinsey until Kinsey makes a move.
West comes up. What? West heads to where all the commotion was happening.
Kinsey sees West and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna go check out the Warrior Cats collection," and moves to leave.
Ooh. Kinsey, what is Warrior?
It's one of my favorite book series. I could let you borrow the first. I carry it around with me. I have the first book in it. If you'd like to read it.
West just nods his head.
I'll give it to you later when we sit down somewhere.
Thank you. Did West keep the book, or was that just he probably just put it back?
You probably put it back. I mean,
He just skimmed it. He's not.
yeah.
You can't read it that
Yeah.
well.
So, like, how fast did you guys, like, walk away?
Kinsey started moving away like pretty. Like, he's not sprinting or anything, or really even speed walking, but
Yeah, Flake keeps, like, a very close eye. Like, you know, like, is the section they're going to, like, still on the same level, or is it, like, down the stairs?
It's probably down the stairs.
Okay. So, he, like, you know, he keeps his distance and, like, goes down the stairs and like, you know, not particularly, like, following you. It's just kind of like, well, maybe he's gonna go check out these books. Like, you know, the books he just grabbed. And, like, you guys probably, like, turn off into, like, an area with different shelves or something, you know? Like, you know, I don't really know what the layout of the library is.
Yeah, you probably turn off into a Warrior Cat section.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flake is just, like, keeping near, but trying to keep, like, out of their sight as much as possible.
Kinsey's been like on the lookout.
Yeah. Roll me a stealth check, Flake.
Come on, baby, this is what you're good at. This is what you were made to do.
Kinsey, roll me a perception.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah!
Stop that noise.
Yeah, Kinsey, you don't notice anything.
Okay.
Is anybody else?
Are you?
Yeah.
Passive perception, I assume.
Yeah,
Passive
unless you guys are
perception
act-
above
unless
23?
yeah, unless you guys are actively looking, then no.
No.
All right. Yeah.
Josh, I DM'd you, by the way.
You two are just
Yeah.
having fun over there.
Yeah, nothing
You were
like that
doing
important, but I
something.
was wondering.
Sure. I specifically do not have like stuff for it, but you could definitely find a book that would tell you what you need.
Okay.
So,
just gonna tell you what it is that Flake is looking for. Flake is, like, just trying to make sure that Kinsey, like, whatever Kinsey does with the books that he has. Like, you know, if he's gonna, like, just shove it in a different shelf, like, you know, to just kind of, like,
no,
hide it.
Kinsey's keeping them on him.
Can I do an insight check to see if, like, Seal knows if Kinsey, like, took books or not? Or, like...
Or if he's hiding something.
Sure. Roll me it'd be insight would be to like see if he was like nervous about something.
Uh-huh.
Perception would be like specifically if he was hiding, looking for stuff on him.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Oh.
Should I...
Oh,
Oh wait, that's sleight of hand, isn't it?
yeah.
Or-
Probably go against your roll earlier. Unless
Okay.
you were like particularly trying to hide it from Seal.
No, I think he like shuffled them into it. I don't think it like particularly like helped more than the roll he did earlier, but he's tried to like fit them in better to just like keep them there.
Do I just see that they're books, or do I see what they are?
You'd probably just see that there are extra books. in the
There are
back.
extra books.
Should I go off the same roll from earlier, or do I need to roll again for this?
I'll say that you're just able to find it from earlier.
Okay.
I think you
Dwaiter?
rolled pretty well earlier. Yeah, I think you're good. You find exactly the specific things you might need to do what you're looking for.
Okay.
So you guys look at the Warrior Cats books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you spend some time doing that, however long it takes.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys do afterwards?
Should we go do the sword thing? Or should...
Oh,
What time is it now?
First.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean, you guys haven't left the library yet, but it's
Mhm.
guys did stuff at 8, and then you walked around town all day. Probably like 4 p.m.
Before they leave, Flake obviously is going to want to check out these books. And so, you know, is anybody else, like, checking out books or anything?
I think Xerxes has just been like taking notes on anything. I don't think she would need to check the book out.
West doesn't have any books.
Oh, Flake, you are about to make bad decisions again! And this time I know it's a bad one! So he goes up to the librarian, and, like, where are Kinsey and West right now? Are they still just in, like, the Warrior Cat section, or what?
Kinsey, West,
yeah.
and Seal.
They're all just in there? Alright,
Kinsey is gonna go check out his books, but he's gonna do it after Flake, so that Flake can't just like see him.
So he very quietly whispers to the librarian, I was looking for some books earlier I told you about, and there was someone there who, I'm not sure what he's trying to do, but he, like, shoved them down his shirt. I don't know if he intends to, like, check them out or if he's trying to take them from you guys or what, but, I think it's pretty obvious they're in there. He's wearing this hat, and he's got, like, a weird haircut. He's just a little bit shorter than me. He's probably gonna be coming around here soon, and, I don't know. I'm just telling you so that you don't lose out on those.
We have a system in the library, so if people try to take the books, they'll be allowed ringing at the front doors.
That is
So
wonderful.
there's no worries.
Alright, yeah. So yeah, he just puts the books that he, took from the shelves, on the counter and tries to check them out.
Yeah, she'll give you a card to sign.
Alright.
And we'll stamp the books. I'll need these back in 2 weeks.
Alright.
By 2 weeks at least.
Yeah. Thank you.
Alright. Of course. She goes back to reading a book herself.
Yeah, and he, like, sort of, like, tries to make it, like, so that he can see the checkout counter, right? But, like, whenever, Kinsey and, like, you know, from the direction they're coming from, they hopefully won't be able to see him.
Is that a separate stealth roll?
Yeah,
or-
if you need me to.
Yeah, different positioning. This is definitely more obvious.
Well,
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
there's a reason why prayer and
Whoa,
siege, Josh!
Whoa!
Oh my god.
Alright. Well,
Does Kinsey go to check out his books like alone?
yeah, Kinsey takes his books up to the counter.
Mhm.
How much is it to buy these outright?
Kind of like looks at them, opens like the covers and looks at prices. Probably 30 gold.
Kinsey takes it out and passes it to her. Wait, it's 3 silver. He passes her 3 silver. Or not silver, sorry, platinum.
Okay.
Mixed up.
I was looking like, well,
Sorry, they're the same colors, so they just get mixed up in my mind.
you're all good. All right. And she'll watch her like pull out this little wand and waves over them, and you see like this magic disperse in both the books. All right. Hope you enjoy.
Seal's like. I assume Kinsey went up to like check out alone,
Yeah, probably.
or okay, Seal wants to try and see what the books are also. So I don't know if.
Kinsey stuffs them in his bag as fast as he can.
But would I be able
So-
to make like a perception?
Sure. Are you like trying to like sneak up behind Kinsey or like near Kinsey to look over, or are you looking from a distance?
I think what like I was like making. I was talking about whatever with Kinsey, and then he like went up to go check out his book, and then you know when it's just like a dip in a conversation, you just kind of like hang back for a second, but then you're like kind of looking.
Roll me perception.
And do I do sleight of hand or
Yeah, probably sleight of hand.
not? Oh
Oh,
my god.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Jill, you
So
can't really see
sad.
anything.
All right.
Flake, I'll send you something in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Did Flake see?
No, it's probably just the books I checked out.
Well,
Oh.
Flake was stealthed up looking over the counter.
Well, would he
Oh
also
my
have to make a
God, yeah.
perception check?
I can do that, if you'd like.
Sure. The reason
Would it
why
be against-
my thought was because he was stealthed
Yeah,
up
like
close
he
enough.
was looking
was a-
directly when he had to give the books to the girl.
Yeah.
Like,
The
he had to
idea
show
was
them.
either a stealth check or a perception check.
Okay.
So, do you want me to still do perception?
I'm gonna say that you probably saw.
All right,
Let's start with how high your roll is.
let's fucking go.
Okay. And I'll send you something in a second.
Yeah, he can't leave the library yet. Now that I know that he knows what those books are, he's gonna ask if they have extra copies of those books. So
Oh my god.
you
gonna
have
beat
no
you
idea
up.
how important this is to him. You have no idea.
Do you reapproach the
Yes.
Kinsey's staying kind of there, I think, like waiting for or, like not right at the counter, but I think he's waiting like sort of just like out for everyone.
So yeah, with the biggest, most shit-eating grin on his face, he asks, do you happen to have any extra copies of, you know, blah blah blah, or whatever the name of those 2 books were?
I can check my directory, but I'm pretty sure those were the only 2 there.
Ah, that's a shame.
Kinsey, you do watch Flake walk up to the counter.
Kinsey's
Directly
smiling.
after
Did
you
Kinsey
leave.
hear that? That's not.
Probably. She spoke loud enough.
He's smiling.
I'm sorry. But I'll send you. Where are you, Flake? Anyway.
If not now, one day you will have those books. You can't hide them all. Oh, I probably, what was I gonna say? Sorry to, say this just now. He definitely, grabbed one book specifically about Droma, since that's the guy, TM.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, you're good. Alright. And you guys head out to the library?
I suppose
I guess
so,
so.
yes.
Is your
so.
season?
Yeah, Xerxes finishes after a while.
Did
He took
Xerxes
her
see
notes
any
and-
of that spectacle?
I don't think Xerxes cares. And no, she didn't. She's been up and whatever. the fuck
Scooby-Doo
section.
ass shit.
I love the idea that Xerxes heard them yelling and was like, nope.
I'm so busy right now. They're not gonna ruin this for me.
Aren't they supposed to be quiet in libraries?
Well, you're supposed to be.
Did they get yelled at?
Anyone who was looking at the woman at the desk, she was really watch this thing, but didn't really know what to do. All right, you guys head
Since
out the
Flake
library.
said the names of the books out loud, does that mean everybody heard them or no?
I assume Flake wasn't being too loud with it.
Yeah,
Were
for a
you?
matter of fact, he was trying to be
Oh, I thought
quiet
he
about
was.
the fact that he knew, what those books were.
Yeah, I
No,
think
thought
Flake
he was saying it out loud.
Yeah, I think Flake was being quiet, and the lady was like, "Nope, we don't have those out loud."
Yeah, so it's more like Kinsey knows because it's like, oh, why would he be asking that?
Yeah, Kinsey is paying attention.
All right, you guys head out with books.
We're off.
With books. Smile.
With books.
Some of us.
Some of you with.
I
books.
got no books again.
I got
No
the book.
Could have made a library card. Oh man. Yeah. So, guys, head out. Where are you guys going now?
I guess we're
Where's
trying to
it called?
find something about the sword, right?
It's
Yeah.
the hole. What's it called? Hickory hole.
Hickory
The hole. What's it called?
I was like, we're going all the way back to the hole. What are you on about?
The hole.
That's what the place is called. It's Hickory Hole. So it's like the hole.
Yeah.
No way. The hole.
It's actually really funny. I guess you'll hear this more later, but they do call it the hole.
Yeah.
So you guys go to Hickory Hole. You catch up, and you see some of the. You see marks where the tracks were marked, and you see some of the guards standing around them, right outside the gates. Right on the inside of the gates, right against them. Sorry, but just guards standing down, looking down at the markings and looking up and looking around. Yeah, and you guys head out.
Yeah.
How are you guys gonna try to find these people?
Yeah, Flake, goes right up to the end of the tracks. So do the tracks, end at, the gate or in, Hickory Hole? Where exactly, you know?
They end right at the gate, because it's hard to pick up the tracks any further due to the it all being dirt and grime outside.
So, he's not much of an investigative sort of guy, but the best he can think of is, just looking, in this kind of area where, the most shady place is.
Okay.
How
I mean,
long
people
ago?
who
Do
steal.
we know how long ago it was stolen? Did he say?
A couple days, so it's been about 1.5 days.
And he said the shoe prints were shoe prints or footprints.
They were shoe prints. They were like boot
Shoe
specifically.
Okay. Do you from? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Xerxes is like keeping an eye out for anything that looks like the robes he was like the cloaks he was describing, you know.
Okay. And then, what were you about to say, Wes?
From the shop, do we know how far the footprints went out, or like were they just lost after a second? That's why they couldn't.
Well, the issue is that into Hickory Hole is where the stone path ends,
Ah,
so it's hard to pick up because all the dust being scattered around.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, got it. So we've got it.
Flake, roll me a investigation check, trying to find the most sketchy area.
Oh, brother.
Xerxes, roll me a perception, looking for the.
We did this the wrong way around.
No, it's fine. You did good perception the other time. It's fine.
Don't curse it.
No, I'm not cursing. It's gonna go super well, I swear. I was right!
I knocked on one.
So did I.
Thank God, I did too.
I was literally sitting here like, what are all these? Why is the dice making these noises?
We had to counteract Jeremy's curse.
I heard
did
like
curse
crumbling.
Stop saying shit out loud.
Yeah, don't say shit out loud.
Yeah, Xerxes, you're like looking around. You guys start to like walk into Hickory Hole and like look around, and you catch the slightest glimpse of a bright green cloak dashing by.
This idiot's
Dashing
wearing the
by.
same cloak of the crime!
Immediately Xerxes is like, that man that just passed, that person that just passed us.
Man!
And like goes to follow.
Okay.
Oh, okay, Flake starts following instantly.
Yeah, the West follows
Yeah.
Xerxes. West follows Xerxes. This is what
Yeah.
West does. All the
Yeah,
time.
You see them like dash into an alley, and you like barely like catch on. Like you see them go around the corner, and
Mhm.
you follow for a bit.
Yeah, Xerxes isn't like chasing. She's not like trying to make it look like, you know, she's
Yeah.
trying to be, you know, it's not super obvious about it.
The area's pretty open, so it's pretty easy to follow without like an issue of like
Mhm.
them thinking you're directly after them. But I'll say with your high perception check, you see them like run to like one of the far end buildings. This stone building that has like wooden boards covering the windows and kind of like a rickety door, and he opens it and shuts it behind him.
See, now that's what Flake was trying to find.
What does this building look like? Like what is?
It's a small 1-floor building.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's like there's a tiny little like table. You can't see the inside. Why was I about to describe it? It's just a small like rickety little
Yeah.
like stone hut.
Like no signs on it or anything like
Nope.
that. Okay. I wish our thoughts could talk.
I have a quick question about D&D rules.
Yeah.
If you have something you can do as a bonus action, does that have to be in combat?
No,
Not at all.
not at all.
No.
Anything that requires like a bonus action or an action is just in case you do it in combat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What if it only shows up in your action tab?
Yeah, no, that's good.
Okay. Just
What specifically are you talking about?
I will take a screenshot
What are you
of it
trying
and
to
send it
do?
you real quick.
Okay, I'm 95% sure it's fine.
Yeah. Just
And on the other 5%, we kill you. So,
There you
you
go.
know. Choose
Roll a
wisely.
D100.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Just one. Anyways, I don't do any.
You know, I prepared a message this time.
Wow.
Um, can Xerxes not that she's gonna do anything with this now, but like this is something that because of the way Xerxes' quote unquote magic works, so she would need to set it up now. I think pulls out from her. How many times am I gonna say Xerxes opens her bag? Inspector Gadget reaches her bag.
Go Gadget! Ursula!
Pulls out something similar looking to like what she'd done with that little light thing that Kinsey has, which by the way still works.
Except we go out by now.
And just coils like some copper wire and fiddles with it for a bit. Carves something very simple into a few she's like fiddling with this. Doesn't tell you what the fuck she's doing, by the way. And then like when she's done, like passes it to each person and is like these should I haven't tested it, I just made this right now, but the idea is you talk into it and hopefully I should be able to hear you and you should be able to hear me.
Ooh.
I'm not sure if this will work or not.
Fancy.
Kinsey takes it and he puts it in a different pocket than the one with Drama, so he doesn't get them mixed up.
You're not mixing these. This looks...
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is a contraption.
This is rubber bands and tape.
Are there any like gaps in the wood between the windows?
Yeah, there's like small ones. It's like an X'd out wooden plank on the wall.
Does this building look condemned or something? Like, or is it just closed?
Definitely looks abandoned some way.
Abandoned? Okay. So the door, I feel like I was half listening. You said they ran through the door, and it's
Yeah,
closed now?
they opened the door and they closed it behind them.
Did it seem like it locked, or is it just...
Yeah, you watch them. I mean, you watch them like put a key in, and then
okay.
open it, and then close it behind them. So you can assume.
Okay. So, Vio V here.
Xerxes said
You
that
see-
guy, and well, we started going.
Mhm.
The person that the blacksmith was describing, the person in the green cloak,
Oh,
they passed
who
us.
takes swords?
Here. Well, I assume so.
So we go in?
We shouldn't just waltz in. But they're in there.
So what do we do?
I mean, I don't think there's anything else to do but go in there. Unless, we try and look in through the boards.
Yeah,
Are there any bugs or little critters around?
Yeah. You could probably find like a couple ants, maybe.
Can I ask the ants, can you see what is going on and tell me? Inside building.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
See, this is why
Well,
Jerry and
thank
Evan
you,
should have
Clayton.
still been here. They would have done it in a heartbeat. There's cheese in there, I swear.
15.
Well, since you ask so kindly, I guess I could take a look. And you see a little bit another ant. I can look over. No, Steve, you can't. It's too dangerous. It's what I am here for.
The fucking bug and animal lore is the best part of the whole thing.
This is crazy.
And Steve
starts to go towards the house. Very slowly.
He is an
It's
ant.
like rubbing in
He's
it.
an ant, but I believe in ants. I believe in them.
You guys,
I asked Ant to get information, so we will.
Ant?
Yes,
Like a bug?
yes.
He can talk to animals. He talked to them mice, and he talked to Frank.
Alright.
you guys wait for 30 minutes.
All right.
And you feel like a tapping on your hand, West.
Hmm? Yes.
Hello.
Hello. You are Steve, yes?
Minutes?
Yes. I have broken through their defenses.
What do you have to report?
Well, I went in, and there was no one there.
Hmm.
Empty house, of course. Please,
So what do we do with that?
Well, what did he say, West?
He tell me the house is empty.
We waited 30 minutes to
So-
find out the house is empty?
Well, I guess
Seriously?
we could just go in now. It's empty.
Okay.
I don't trust this ant. I'm still going to.
30 minutes.
We sneak in.
I appreciate the effort, West. It was a very good idea.
Mutters under her breath, and Sylvan. I love Firbolgs.
You are racist!
Oh. Is the door locked?
Do you try the door?
Yeah, I try the door.
You go up to the door, you try it, it stops you. It's locked.
Stop.
It would've been
or
so
it's
funny.
locked.
It's locked. Yeah, it's stops you.
A hand
Stops you.
comes out of the door.
In a world of magic, it stops me. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
Should I try to pick the lock?
Yeah.
Yes.
Roll pistols.
Like, Flake was literally gonna say, you tried to open that chest that one time in the cave.
What is that again? A D20 plus proficiency
Yeah, D20 plus proficiency plus dex.
plus dex. That is a 19 plus 2 plus 3.
Awesome. Yeah, you kind of like stick the lock in, and it's unlocked.
I don't immediately see anyone in here. I don't like hear any creaking in the house. You said it was one floor?
Yeah. Well, the house looks like it's one floor.
Above
There might
ground.
be a basement though
Oh,
or
no.
something.
Yeah.
You don't hear anything. the other
Don't
side.
hear anything. That's. Well, I walk in, start looking for a sword.
Yeah, Flake follows.
Can,
Kinsey
are we
also
like?
follows.
Are we stealthing in, or are we just walking in?
I'm stealthing.
Flake's
Alright, if you guys are
stealthing.
gonna
I guess we'll all
Okay,
stealth.
well, let's all do stealth checks. I guess.
What's the marching order?
And there it is! Billions of stealth for the fucking Kinsey bullshit, and no stealth for the real stuff.
I got better stealth than Flake. Seriously.
I think like one of us passed.
I think
So-
Lindsay passed.
Yeah, that's the
Passed.
one of us.
Can you guys
Yeah.
order yourselves on the map on what order? I know Xerxes
Okay, let's go walk
and
over.
Ursat's first.
Okay, go over to the number 5, everybody.
Oh yeah, we are on the number 5, huh?
Versatz is in my bag, but with me.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
So like,
Stage move Kenzie on the map.
Sorry.
yeah, that's good.
All right. I think I actually got the order right on the map.
Whoa.
No, I didn't. I was so off.
So sad, so sad.
Close.
Oh shit, yo, we're
We're
about to
walking
go
into
into
a
the fucking
building.
house!
We're walking into a building, you guys.
When you walk in, when you walk in.
walk
Walk
in.
in.
That's literally when you walk in. This is in.
I thought the texture of like the blanket folds was like gashes in the fabric for a second. I was like, what the fuck?
Did our music go away?
Oh, did it? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we haven't.
didn't
I,
even
I
realize
noticed
till right
like a
now.
long time ago, but I was just like, eh.
Nope. Nope.
Everybody, block your ears.
What's a good? What's one of my good ones? Oh, the same one I've been playing. Great idea, guys.
Is that a knife on the table?
We can't see the table.
Oh
Oh wait, we can't see this table.
I can see the table.
I'm literally sussing so much stuff right now.
Don't suss the
We can
stuff.
also see this room. I have it like dragged shut in such a way that I can't see the entire thing.
So, you guys walk in, and it is exactly how it is presented on the map. It is the first room that you enter is just there's a table with chairs surrounding it and a map. The floors are wooden. All the windows you see are blocked up in some way. The room is dark. There's no torches.
Mm-hmm.
There's like dressers.
Can we walk
around.
freely?
Yeah. Go ahead. Move yourselves wherever you think you'd be. The first room you see.
Was looking at the.
There's
Is
these-
this a map?
Goes over to this drawer.
Yeah. The map appears to be of a path directly outside of Whitebridge towards Opperville.
Hmm.
Mm.
There's like markings to the side of it, like X's.
Can we go?
Is
It
that a
is a
knife
knife on the
stabbed into the-
table.
Can Kinsey
table.
like glean what that means? Any of the markings or
First, Salem, what were you saying?
Is it a knife in the table?
Yeah, is that a knife stabbed in the table?
I'm gonna say that's not there.
Okay. Can I go into like one of the doors here?
Sure.
Wait.
Kinsey, I mean, it's just like an X on a map. It's not really like a meeting to comprehend. You can assume that this is a path they plan on going.
uh-huh.
Yeah, Flake sees Seal going to a different door, and he goes into this one.
Is this a bathroom?
Can Wes take the map?
Yeah, you can take the map. Seal, you walk in, and it is it's a room with a desk and a chair and a little note on the desk.
Oh, read the note.
Yeah, you look it over. Most of it's like crossed out. On second.
Can Kinsey read it over his shoulder or is Seal like hiding it?
I'm not hiding it.
Okay.
This is actually a secret note from the Anamora.
Yeah.
Yeah, you read it. It says, "Dear Zahum." Zahum, sorry, said it wrong.
Hold
Said my-
on.
Okay, let me write it down.
Yeah, can you type this?
So, dear Zarhum, it has been a trouble, but we got it. We'll see you soon. It looks like there's a lot of stuff crossed out. Like, there's like this one piece that's like, it took us a long time. It was a really treacherous moment trying to get this. A lot of stuff like over exaggerating that it's like crossed out. Hey, we did it. We're coming back now.
Does this seem like it's been folded? Or
Been what?
been folded, like this was opened, or has this been left?
This has been left.
Where was the map to?
The map was on the way to. It was of the path from Whitebridge to Opperville.
I
Um,
don't know where the-
If they took it to Aubavale and we go after it, we could also pick up that other
Yeah,
take that
Yeah,
girl
it
with
is.
us.
that's what the other contract was.
Oh,
isn't
also,
it?
where does it say the harpy, not the harpy, the griffin, is? Like, where did that deed say?
The Griffin is south to Whitebridge. It's on a hill that's southern.
Oh, okay.
Flake. You walk
Yeah.
in.
Take this note.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can. Oh, sorry.
Alright.
Flake, you walk in. It's just a bedroom. No. I mean, there's a dresser to the side.
Yeah,
Chair
where the
next to
chair
it.
is?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to look through that and see if there's anything in it.
You go through. You don't really find anything.
Mm-hmm.
In general, though, roll me an investigation check. Anyone who is looking around the house, roll me an investigation.
Alright, yeah, I'll look around. I'll peek in this guy's shit. Oh, also 16.
Okay.
Aww.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, can I cast detect magic?
Sure. You cast it. Nothing comes up though.
Damn it. Okay.
Doesn't seem to be any magic in the general area.
Good,
Wait,
I
let me
took
do
this
an
note.
investigation real quick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Two
what?
nat ones.
2 nat ones.
that's
I'm gonna-
my second nat one today.
I'm gonna start on Xerxes, and then we'll go through.
Mhm.
Xerxes, looking around. You have a keen eye for things, and this carpet was just moved.
Hmm.
So was the table. So was a couple of the chairs.
Either they're bad interior decorators, or this diagonal carpet isn't supposed to be diagonal.
Maybe there's a trap door.
That is what I am implying, yes. Did I find anything in this drawer? Then I was like, or is this whatever?
You might find like a shirt.
I don't need peasant shirts.
It's always Xerxes with finding clothes and being like, I don't need XYZ clothes.
Didn't we, like, find anything?
See, they don't really find anything in that room. There's
Mm.
just nothing going on there.
Yeah, Seal. Flake is like looking through the bed and just like all over the place.
Yeah, Flake, you find actually in that drawer as you're looking, you're like, "There's nothing in here. There's nothing in here."
Oh yeah.
You like reach up top, and you feel like something gives, and it's like a switch. You pull it, and
Oh no.
Does
The
he?
fucking table fall through.
oh yeah, do you pull it? It's just a switch.
He doesn't actually is the thing. He's going to wait
Awesome,
until
cool.
everybody is around and then pull it. So he comes back out if
Everyone
there's
is
nothing
around
else in
where?
there.
Cool.
You find anything?
Is no one else investigated anything?
That was
No, I didn't find anything.
Yeah.
Me and Wes both got nat ones, so
Yeah.
I think we're talking about warrior cats.
yeah.
West, you're strong. Help me move this table.
Well, wait, Xerxes. I was looking through the dresser in that room, and there's a switch in the drawer. Just wanted to tell everybody before y'all started doing anything.
Alright, well. Just
Pull
I
it.
move this table. I think there's something under here.
Pull the switch and see what happens.
Not yet. They're doing something, obviously. I don't want to... He, like, goes in front of the door.
I'm not gonna rush in there myself.
You were moving forward,
Okay.
man. He got scared.
Are we able to move this table?
Yeah, you guys like pick up the table, and move it to the side. It's not. I'm not gonna have you guys roll to move a table.
We both now want to die.
The table kills you.
You guys
Table
pick up the
goes.
table, move it to the side, move some of the chairs, move the carpet to the side too.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Is there a...
Yeah. Yeah, you guys move the carpet over, and you see a large square in the ground.
Hmm.
Whoa.
No handle
No.
or anything? It's just a sort of
Yeah,
indented
no
square?
handle or anything.
Alright. Well, I think I have an idea what that switch does. And he starts, he goes in. And he's like, are y'all ready?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Before he does that, can I take one of these chairs and prop it up against the door?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a
for sure.
great
Oh,
idea.
that's smart. We should do that with more than one chair.
You prop chairs up against the door.
All right. Once they say they're done, he hits the switch.
Yeah, you flick the switch and a trap door opens right where the square
Oh.
was.
I want to go down.
Comes out.
There's like a ladder going downwards about, look down, it's like
Hmm.
30, 40 feet.
What a thrill!
Can I start going down?
You start going down?
Yeah.
Should I'm a light source, so I could go down first if you guys want.
Here, you know, I'm gonna go down stealthily.
Okay. Yeah, roll a stealth check.
Oh,
Oh my god!
what the
3
fuck?
in a row!
Hello?
Can I guy
Why I hate
that one, whatever. Let it
Yeah,
happen.
like you can't help what just happened.
Guidance and it becomes a 6. Ooh.
No.
Yeah, I start to be like, Seal, be careful. And he falls.
Yeah, he trips.
You're like going down the ladder, and your foot slips.
He keeps
and you-
bumping his head.
Yeah, your foot slips, and you go down 10 feet before grabbing again,
Oh.
and the whole ladder
Oh,
rattles.
guys, I hate to do it. Can we take like a 5-minute break? My mom is being very funny.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, I was
think
like,
it's
oh,
like a
now's
skip.
a good time before we go down the trap door.
For sure.
All right, be right back. Sorry.
Quick 5-minute break, though.
Well, in that case, I'll be right back as well.
Yeah, we're like,
I'm gonna throw some trash away real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab a snack, I guess. I'm gonna
In
stop
5
recording and
minutes?
then I'll start. I have food that I didn't get to eat because I had to start
Oh.
playing Dungeons and Dragons. It's literally walking down there, putting some in my mouth, and coming back. We'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Alright.